All right, baby, let's go. Let's do it.
Good day, team. This is Lethal. That's the Toad. We're fucking Lethal Toad MMA. Hello. Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to go through UFC 317. What a fucking amazing card. What a great card for to make money. And you know what? A lot of this is not about just fucking making picking. We like to give our viewers our knowledge, I guess, in MMA and the UFC, and actually I think we can make you some money. We make money ourselves. Toad has, I have. We want to share that with the world. Plus, along the way, we've got a few giveaways. I think Toad's already done a little segment on that. Well done, Toad. But yeah, we've got a few giveaways, cards, and all kinds of cool stuff. So tune in for the next hour. Don't get bored because we won't keep you fucking bored. All right. This is not your normal shit. This is Lethal Toad MMA. We're going to go through UFC 317. We're going to give you parlays and a few picks. And wow, that Toad's throwing up some more fucking shit. He's feeling really cool today. And as you can see, all kinds of gifts, and gifts. So
Apparently, I don't fucking
tune
talk
in.
anymore. I'm fucking with
I'll
you, dude.
turn it over. Tune in, lock in. This is Lethal Toad MMA, and this is my man, the Toad. It's all yours, my brother.
No, listen, I'm clowning. Lethal, if you guys didn't see, has a fucking insane collection of cards that he's dropping. If you can, pick the entire card, more for activity, the subscribe on YouTube, the like, comment down below, and the IG interaction that will enter you to win this. So you don't have to guess the entire card right. You just do a few things that you can actually do, and you get entered for a chance to win those. So much love, appreciate it. Drop Lethal a follow, Lethal MMA a follow, and yeah, have fun, enjoy this card. I mean, I hate to say it, some of the fight nights are very competitive with this one to a degree, but then you get one of those just amazing super fights in the sense where Ilya's moved up in weight. He's taunting the idea that he's the best version of him, the power he has now. You hear the pad work, you see the tight, you know, the guard and the way he really just, we see it with Wellmaker, we see it with Morales. There's some of these upcoming guys that have that next level, and I think Ilya leads that pack of fighters that we'll see. And there's a young one,
I,
there's a young generation of this. We'll see more Rosas Juniors. We'll see a whole new level. And I think Ilya is the face of that. Win or lose this fight, because in respect to Do Bronx, this dude is the most proven killer in UFC history. In terms of he's out there getting the most finishes. To me, being a killer is anytime, anywhere. And Do Bronx represents that. And he was the boogeyman of the boogeyman at the best the car crash division in the entire UFC. The pound for pound, toe to toe wars versus all these higher weight classes. They actually start to knock each other out way quicker, more commonly. But here we get these epic, just Chandler, Gaethje, fucking brawls, and Dustin, and there's just so many guys at 155. Hooker, probably one of the biggest stunt devils of all time in the world of MMA. You fucking monster, you. And his punches should be semi-cheating and illegal because there's so much fucking metal on that fucking arm. But anyways, dude, this is my favorite division, and we have a graduating roster. And so I love that we have the chance to pass this torch, if you will, between one of the best of the graduating 155 to that new era. Meanwhile, we look at welterweight. That is basically the fucking new era, man. These guys are coming in. They're cleaning out the old, minus Usman, Leon, Bilal. These guys have been around for a little minute, and they're representing it well. But, dude, these guys like Buckley, Shavkat, the Butcher. You got guys that want to just come up and just be killers in their fights. You never know, bro. You never know. at that weight class, they can't physically stand and go toe to toe like that, or they get put out like Randy Brown in a fucking gunfight. Like you drop and you die. And at 155, you survive, you bleed, and you gain fans for life, memories to always look back and cherish. And I think that's that hunger that Dubronx has in his heart, because he's always started a fight getting dropped, fucking up, but always bounces back. And Islam was the one guy that just said, I'm sorry. And Ilya has a chance to do exactly the same. A lot of people were telling me, oh, well, you know, Ilya, he wants to prove points. He's knocking out guys who say they can't be knocked. Well, he wants to tap the most submission-proven MMA fighter in history, basically. And yeah, that would look amazing. But I don't know that Ilya is going to want to put himself out there with Dubronx like that, because the size advantage Dubronx and jiu-jitsu that Dubronx possesses, I think makes him very live in this fight. And the only thing, in my opinion, that Dubronx has for Ilya is going to be his kicks, keeping further at range and avoiding that tight little shell that Ilya brings with his boxing. He rips it. He sets it up with his body really wonderfully, and that's why it has that snap, that power. He doesn't have that snap, that length. He has that technicality. He knows how to use every part of his body to generate that power that is going to fold somebody in half at 155 to the body, break a rib, something. So this car crash game, don't do it with Ilya, even though he's smaller, because he's technical and knows where he's putting these punches. And I think he can do this for a good period of time from a cardio standpoint. Use your kicks. Stay the fuck away. Be at range. Work on his kicks. He's not going to go to your body or head kick you. Like, this guy keeps it low with his kicks and is setting up the hands. So anyways, that's we'll get into my actual prediction on the fight here in a minute, but
that was your prediction. That was your prediction.
You know what I mean?
I thought we were going from fucking 12 to 1. I didn't know, like,
hey, listen.
I thought, like, are we going backwards today, Tony? Like,
if we only got, like, 50 some odd people watching a video, I don't want them getting the goods in the first, like, 10 minutes and then piecing the fuck out. So, in fact, we're creating a code for I'm doing another giveaway for an OG. For an OG. I'm doing a code. If you watch this and you participate in my live stream where I'm ripping these, I'll give you the other part of the code. You combine them together and you get put in for a spinning for another one of these. So there you go. Just have some fun with me, y'all. Let's go. Let's do it. 317, we're here. Oh, shit. I just karate fucking shot my tablet. My little Dubronx poster right there. On,
and underneath my Goku jacket, I have got this fucking beautiful Culture Kings, at-year Culture Kings with this fucking beautiful hardware. And I've got this gift from my Toad friend, right? As you can see, I'm a massive fan. So, without picking my picks, when we get there, Toad, we'll discuss that. So, being a massive fan, I don't know where you're going. I'm going to tell you right now and tell everyone out there, I put $50. I'll post it to you. You can share it. $50 on Tupuria for that sub at $8.50. And would you believe Oliveira for the sub is $8.10?
Yeah.
They're nearly equal for the sub.
Just everyone sprinkled. That's what I was going to say, bro. Everyone just sprinkled on the sub. I want to see what it pays fight to end by sub, just to do it in one bet for a parlay piece as well. But extra safe, But anyways, yeah, those props are really good. Everyone's talking knockouts, but
we'll get to that. We'll get to
that. I guess, we'll go through the rest of the card predictions, but in a nutshell, I kind of represent both narratives there, and you kind of formulate your own opinion of what I actually think. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. We'll give you the code at the end for one of those giveaways. Appreciate your time, Lethal. It's nearly fucking midnight for me. I've had a crazy day. Let's get into this fucking card, brother.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay, let me start with the first one. I can knock off the first one real quick. All right, I'll help you. So you don't have to hold all the fucking weight on your shoulders, brother. I'm coming for you. I'm your fucking partner. So here we go. Early
Let's
prelims.
go.
Jackson McVeigh versus Crick Irwa. Both debutantes in the UFC, right? So all I'm going to say is I don't watch fucking regional fights, and I'm not really interested in anyone's first fight in the UFC because you're not in the UFC unless you do something spectacular. I'm going to throw this one out at you without any study on two debutantes at $2.10, $1.74. Look, on my parlays, I'm not even including them. They're insignificant to me. So that fight is insignificant. I'm not interested. I'm not betting $2.10 to $1.74. Chris Irwa, don't care. Jason McVeigh, we'll see after your first fight. I'll watch that fight and then we'll see who you guys are after that debut fight. It's like going into the Dana White Contender Series, watching those fights. It's all good till you see them there. So no disrespect to them, no disrespect to the odds. Not interested. Happy for me to cut my prediction off there. My prediction, actually, you know what I put on my pad? Nothing. Not interested.
All right,
Done.
so I'm gonna give a pick because, guys, just so you know, picks are not bets for me. So I'm okay picking every fight regardless of how shit or how amazing it is. So I'm just gonna weigh in, think that it's either live for Christopher to pull the upset with the knockout until it doesn't. I think the fight would be better for McAfee to get the fight to the ground, take Christopher off his feet, get the fight done, but via submission. I'll take a look at finish props for both guys. Got some main locks that I focused on for now. Been waiting to see those. Plus, I like to have fun with the live props. And, you know, last week we had Phil Rowe pull a wonderful live, the week prior at Atlanta, we pulled a wonderful live prop at plus 1100 at one point. FanDuel, fuck you for that, paying me for that. But I got it at like 560 and other like crazy good live props. So if you guys aren't impressed with some of these favorites and they're not proven enough to you, hang tight. Pull up the live props and enjoy the fight and look between rounds. You might be surprised. So I'm going to go with McAfee in this. More rounded fighter. I think he can sustain and at least win the last two if Christopher does a good job of being dry, resisting those takedowns, keeping the fight on the feet, and being live for a takedown. So, all right, moving up the card. What do you got for me?
All right, Jonathan Dinez versus Alvin Hines. Alvin Hines on debut. Jonathan Diniz 129 to Alpha Hines 362. Jonathan Diniz, last fight, he only lost against Marcin Tybura. Had a few good fights before then, not too bad. But the last fight was against Marcin Tybura. I can see the $1.29 going towards Diniz because prior to that, if you can go on your little computer there, prior to Marcin Tybura, he was doing quite all right.
Yeah. I think
Yes.
oh sorry, you wanted me to pull up his
No,
record
no,
in
yeah.
these?
If like I think he was doing quite all right, but
Yeah.
if so at $1.29, if his last loss, I think he was doing quite all right. Again, another debutant. So again, I don't. All I know is Dinez's last fight was against Marcin Tybura. Marcin Tybura is a fucking machine. I have huge respect for him. I think he belongs there. He is a contender. I still think he's got a bit. Uh, your last loss was against Marcin, only by decision from my
It was
memory.
doctor
And
stoppage. I was there. I was at Madison for this fight.
oh,
To
was
my
it? So you were
to my
doctor.
surprise, you guys, just true shit, true story. You want to talk about how life is a roller coaster? That was the 1 year anniversary that I had lost my mom, and so the day started with basically me in the cemetery, and my friend calls me up and is like, "Hey man, sorry for today. What are you up to?" Okay, and you know he just threw it out there. He said, "Hey, if you want to come out to Madison and watch 309 with me, I got an extra ticket for you." And so, much love and respect, Vato. I appreciate you, bro. We've had some good times, not even just being at events, but watching pay-per-views and things like that together. And I was like the happiest, numbest feeling from going from, it was like jumping into the pool coming out of the hot tub. You know, I was like in such a weird shock. And
Yeah.
nothing could like make me happy and smile that day and be like super just like, but like, yeah, man, I appreciate the love, the thoughtfulness, and more so the distraction that day because I basically didn't sleep. Went into this thing, you know, getting buzzed up super great on the jet. Hooked me up with all you could drink, you know, turkeys and shit like that. So we get to New York, slid out of the cab. Wallet got left in the cab. Don't have my driver's license. Don't have
No.
my cards. I can't get into the arena. I don't have shit because they don't want just the ticket. They need
Wow.
everything else. So how the fuck am I gonna pay, dude? All these fearful thoughts. It fell out of my pocket. Retraced my steps. Everybody's just flooding in. Traffic jam. All these people. The fights are just going off. By the time I got into my seat, by the time I finally had that fucking, it wasn't even beer. It was just a straight glass of, you know, the clear good stuff. Boom. I look up. This fight's going crazy. Tybora, I think it was ground and pound. Denise, doctor
Yeah.
stoppage, man. I see the doctors, and you could see that bad split, and they had it up on the jumbo fucking thing, the jumbotron. I was just like, God damn, I'm rich already. We hammered
I feel
Tybora by
good.
finish and had him in some parlays that all were great until Dubronx could not finish fucking Michael Chandler. We can get Gaethje, we can get Dustin, but God forbid we finish Michael goddamn Chandler, the inactive meatball who had gone up 15 pounds however long prior. Anyways, going off on a bit of a tangent, but that's the flash in the past for you know, MMA Toad.
So,
That, you know,
all
the
I
knees,
guess,
I actually
I guess
think
you're
from
going
watching him
with
strike
that.
in
With that
person.
being said,
Real quick
you're
prediction.
going, Jonathan.
Real quick prediction. His
Yeah.
striking at range is great. He will fuck dude up if he gets taken down. I don't think these guys, much as, you know, O'Malley has proven, you don't just pick up wrestling. You
No.
learn and you hone and you evolve wrestling. So, not enough time. Keep it on the feet. Do it early when you're dry and have energy. Or I think these fights don't end in your favor, or you're probably getting finished with fatigue and shit on the ground. Getting fucking, you know, elbows and knees at this weight class, way different. Like, you can be a pretty incomplete fighter and still just drop a big heavy elbow that gets through and splits somebody that they're getting doctor stoppage all the time. 12 to 6 legal now. No one's really using it. So, anyways, sorry to go on a big rant there. That was a fun one. Reminding myself, motherfucking Denise. Is he going to break my heart again? I had money on Tabora, but heavyweight needs these guys that, I don't know, they have some aura. They can come up and at the time strike with Poetan. I didn't want these wrestlers coming up. I want dudes on the feet, hands of stone. Who's going to sleep next? Fucking, let's do it. You know what I mean? And I wanted him to get another one or two more of these fights to undeniably get the Tom Aspinall fight. But they got to do it from Gone, and nobody else has really earned
So,
it. Poetan has, in a
who,
way.
who have you got, my brother? Who have you got? So we've got to move on. Who you got? Who you got? You've got Denise or you got Hines?
Yeah, I got Hines in the fight. He's going to mix it up.
You got Hines.
Who do you got?
Okay. I got Denise.
Okay. Good luck.
Denise
How do you
by
got it? Knockout?
TKO.
Yeah. Sorry.
Right, yeah. So I've got him by TKO. I just, again, the only thing with Hines is he's a debutant. Yes, you've done a lot of stuff on the regional, and I haven't even looked, but I'm presuming you've done some pretty cool stuff on the regional scene to get in the UFC. Whether you were
Yeah,
short
he's
called or not, I didn't even research it because till
all
they get in the
finishes.
UFC ring, they're
100%
not in the
finish rate.
PFL ring, they're not in the Bellator ring, they're not in the fucking
Or
WoW ring that's in Spain, they're in the UFC
I
ring.
guess one
So
decision, yeah.
I, I've just got to sit back and go, but he's at $3.62. And I think even at $3.62, Denise at $1.29 over my end, down under. I can't go past. I'm not going to take it as my long shot. That's on my full parlay. If I'm doing the whole card, I'm going McVeigh and I'm going Denise. So far,
Yep. As a
I'm
parlay
just
piece
looking
this
at
week, I'm using that fight doesn't start round 3. I don't even know what the prop is, but I like that bet. The fight doesn't go to the 3rd round. I did that for the main event as well. Fight doesn't go into the 5th round.
Yep.
Just pretty safe parlay together. Wonder what it checks out at. This is another one.
I'm more
Fight doesn't
interested
go to the
in the
3rd
next
round.
fight.
Fight does not go to the 3rd round. Jacoby Smith is going to send Price back to his family very quickly. And respect to the guy who's been here to get the sport to where it is today. You know, nothing against
So
Price,
for
but they did this one
11,
he unfairly. I don't think this is a good matchup for him.
and guess what, man? This is the crazy part. So Nico Price's last loss was to Garimbo, but he beat Alex Morono by decision. Jacob Smith, right, uh, won his first fight by KO. I'm just saying, Nico Price at $11, brother.
Yeah, this
$11.
this is
And
your
wouldn't you sprinkle like $10 on that? Wouldn't you sprinkle 10? Like, wouldn't you just fucking waste $10? That's a cup of coffee.
bro,
That's a cup of coffee, dude.
bro.
I have to sprinkle a cup of coffee on Nico Price.
Of course, everybody who takes a MMA prop, regardless of how good they are, I totally get it. 1,500, 1,400, 1,300. I have to like kind of semi believe in it to even do it because I'd rather just take that money and throw a more likable long shot using the more favorable outcome in this fight, which would be Jacoby Smith first 2 rounds. So if you really wanted to look at Jacoby Smith in the first 2 rounds, but if Price somehow did this, it would be one of those big miracle shots, and he's not going to survive the onslaught of Smith in his fight over 2 rounds. So I would just look at a round 1 knockout. If Price's underdog prop money line is 11 or 13, why do that when it's obviously not going to be him winning rounds? Unless you're talking about another Peyton Talbot upset where a dude's like aura's way up there and the performance is down here. No. Go look at that live prop, or sorry, not the live prop, but the first round knockout prop for a Price or submission. And if you're going to really throw a fucking Hail Mary at this, do it the right way. But yeah, if you look, he's live and he's not, right? He's getting first round knockouts himself. So that's my prediction in a betting long shot sense. Throw that one on your Ilya fucking by knockout parlay or whatever you are so
Yeah,
convinced is going to happen this week. But take it as it is.
no.
Take it as a single sprinkle. But my prediction is fight Jacoby Smith, knockout in the first 2 rounds. And
So
respect the
I've
price.
invested
Like,
200 bucks into this card. I'm putting 10 bucks on that just for Price to win it at $11. Not buy anything because it's the first 3 fights. If he wins, it gives me $110 to play along with. Because if he wins, because all my parlays are on Smith, right?
mm-hmm.
If Price happens to win and cancels out the rest of my day in parlays, I have $110 to quickly regroup for the last 9 fights.
Yes.
With 110 bucks, I can quickly regroup from Terrence McGinney. Let's move on. You know what
Yes.
I mean? So I have got Smith,
Yep.
but I will regroup. If Price wins, I will take that 110 because I've lost most of my shit, right? All my days pretty much fucked. So, but I get 110 bucks and I go, okay, regroup for the next 9 fights, which starts from, let's go, Toad, Terrence McKinney versus
Yeah. And just to
Slavakov.
chime into that real quick, look at how Mayweather does it, bro. Like you're playing both sides of the ball and it's respectful. In the game Battleship, the more shots you take, the more you're hitting. Parlays work wonders like that. But when someone in a fight is such an underdog, it's sometimes actually just worth sprinkling, because out of those 13, 15, 20 some odd, whatever terrible prop they give you, out of that many fights, someone does pull the upset. So, all right.
I'll tell you what, my brother, it's
Julia
called
Pena
covering
is
your
proof of that
arms.
against Nunes, by the way. I mean,
If you put $200 on a whole card and everything includes Jacob Smith, right, for all your
Jacoby, yeah.
parlays and any mixed parlay, and you don't cover $10 of it, $10 of our 200, I believe, dude, Nico Price, I'm going to say it. I can't believe I'm saying this. God, $11 means he shouldn't even be turning up for the fight. Like, $6 is stretcher, right? Like why even there? So I'm going to call Nico Price live at $10 to cover your ass. He's your cover your ass bet, because if he pulls it off, oh my God, that's
Good for
another
him.
week that
It's going to
a
be a
long shot has.
bonus. If he pulls it up, it's an surprising upset, right? It's going to be bonus worthy. And so in a beautiful sense, like, dude, do your thing. Good luck. Wish everyone to be safe in the fight, as any other on the card. But yeah, I guess when you watch the vlogs, like, that's the beautiful Cinderella Man story right there, dude. Like, that'd be some
Yeah.
shit. So, anyways, moving up the
No,
card, a
yep.
great friend and homie of mine, Terrence McKinney. I've had fun watching this guy. Look, obviously didn't go his way in every one of his fights, but there's no boring Terrence McKinney fight. This guy is a killer be killed kind of fighter. You better watch out whatever the fuck he's doing in the first round. If he's trying to get you to the ground, he's a threat there. But it's on his feet how he sets everything up, his speed. I mean, yeah, I can see why the UFC is excited to have this guy and want to only, introduce him to our famous Slava clause, which we know is always live for a good knock on the fucking feet. Has never been knocked out, but we all know he's been dropped, he's been split, and he can eat fucking dome shots and come back from the dead. It's quite impressive, really. I would like this guy to be fucking studied one day. His skeleton, man, it's something different. But his little egghead does fucking great. If this fight leaves the first round, Terrence is obviously killer be killed. So probably be looking good for McKinney. He's probably hunting a submission, or, because Slava Claus can tap, hunting a submission. But yeah, he's live for some ground and pound, maybe some 12-6. That Slava Claus prop probably fucking crazy bad. Just saying. And, we've never really seen McKinney much in a second round. I personally think with the things he's changed up, his different training and things over the last 3 years or so, really different since those times. And yeah, I think he's going to show up and continue to impress and wow the UFC in a very otherwise, historically amazing division. He is part of that new face. So happy to have it. Very competitive. You got Alvarez, all these killers at lightweight. But yeah, McKinney, best of luck, bro. Shout out to you. Can't wait to link up with you, get this thing signed one day at a Chicago card or something, or if I'm down in Florida. So anyways, much love, bro. You got this shit. Give it to me, Lethal. How do you think the fight goes down? I got McKinney.
Mate,
Respectfully to Slava for being tougher. I got McKinney in the first two by submission.
I'm gonna throw it in right now, brother. I've got McKinney without even thinking about it, and I'm going to go more to Slava Claus. McKinney's going to win by finish. Okay, done. I'm going to go why? Because Slava Claus. Now, I have a bit of inside. His last fight, he lost against Big Train Tom Nolan. He used to be my plumber when he was 16 years old here in Toowoomba. He's a Toowoomba boy, right? Slava Claus lost against a guy from Toowoomba. That's all I'm saying. He didn't go to AKA gym. Tom Nolan had small gyms in Toowoomba. I train at some of these gyms that he's been to. They're only small gyms. My stepsister does. Now he's in Brisbane in a bigger gym. He's now Tom Big Train Nolan. He carved up Slava Claus. At that time, Slava Claus was number 69 in the world. I won $600 that day. I put it all on my boy Tom Nolan. Great day at work. Slava Claus. Uh, I'm the only fucking Claus. My real name is fucking Klaus. Klaus. So, yes, Klaus Lethal Matzner is my name. There's only one fucking Slava Claus in this town, and that's fucking sitting right fucking here. So, McKinney, done, finished. Slava Claus. I'm just speechless. My boy from Toowoomba, the plumber. The plumber kicked the shit out of you. Done. My plumber from Toowoomba, with a population of $120,000, at the age of 16, said he was going to fight in the UFC, and he beat Slava Claus. Terrence McKinney is going to carve up Slava Claus. I am not believer. I have got McKinney all day, all day.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
we can we can move on. Slava Claus. You're not Slava Claus. I am Slava Claus. My name is actually Claus. Your name is Vlachliv Blocksklav.
As a
My name is yeah. Your name's not even Klaus, man. My name's fucking Klaus, dude.
my
Literally. What? Yeah,
I
it's
know, I
literally
know. Is
Klaus. Yeah, I'm fucking Slava Claus. Fuck that. That's a fake one. Next, who are we
my
on to?
my parlay on that fight, my parlay piece for that fight is fight doesn't go to the third round. Probably pay you more than
Yeah.
saying distance. No, so fight doesn't go into the third round. There you go. All right,
Yeah,
moving
I've
up.
got it by finish. By TKO.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, fight 10 by TKO. Again, look at the prop. Fight not to go 3
Yeah,
keeps the submission threat live by McKinney. All right,
yeah.
moving up the card. What do you got for me? You going with Cortez or who
All
do you
right,
got?
now we got Viviana Arellano versus beautiful, sexy beach model, hot as all fuck. Jesus Maria, but her name is Tracy Cortez. Here we go. So let's not talk about who's the best looking here. They're
I
both
love how you
fucking
said
beautiful
all that
chicks.
shit, and the whole time I'm imagining eyelashes laying all over the octagon. I'm like,
So what we
I
got
don't give a
is
fuck about your
two
little Barbie
beautiful.
shit. You here to fight or what are we doing?
Yeah, we haven't got chicks that look like Molly McCann and fucking Kayla Harrison going up here. We got
It's
two
time to
models
play the
fighting in a
game.
mud pit. Two hot models. Yeah,
It's all about my
fighting in a
cock
mud pit.
and how you
So
suck it,
now,
Kayla Harrison.
now
Oh, you can't duck it. I am the queen and
so
I want to play.
which beautiful model
All
am
right.
I going to pick for this fight? Now, going by stats. Now I have to get back to a bit of reality here. Arejane, $3, but $3.07. Cortez, $1.38. Cortez undefeated till boring Namanuez. I'm not going to go back down that road, but lost to Namanuez again because Namanuez doesn't fight. Anyway, Arejane. Arejane should be silver. Is that the right silver? There's many silvers in the UFC. She beat Natalia Silver and which silver just
Yeah, she beat
which
Natalie
silver just
Silva
fucking
in 24 via decision, unanimous. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Here's the thing.
And she
Can
beat
I give you my prediction real quick too?
yep.
Cortez just has good grappling, and that's really all she has. She's not really threatening finishes at all. I mean, despite all your bold claims, I mean, she's really just not getting the job done. You know what I mean? She's really not
She's a
getting any
beautiful sexy
finishes
model on the beach.
because
She's
she grinds it out instead.
like,
Her kingpin, Mr. Dana White, right there, all oiled up, watching closely. Hey, now, no finishes from you. Listen. Vivian, respectfully, is a great fighter, and so I was just gonna say, I think one of those pre-assumed things this week is that Vivian is just gonna get wrestled out by Cortez, but from a betting standpoint, distance, yes, isn't really paying much. Keep it out of my parlays, but maybe I sprinkle fight 10 by a finish and just expect the unexpected because I think Vivian's live to put Cortez shit out in this fight.
Okay,
I don't like
I,
Cortez. I don't think she doesn't make me feel good when I'm watching her. If I have her on like my previous parlays, like back when I used to put $1 to guess the entire card correctly for fun, like I always got to her
yeah,
fights and I'm like, the fuck are we trying to finish this fight? Like, congrats, we just had a great round, but you also had a bad round, and the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think
yeah,
Vivian's live to, I don't know,
yeah.
to keep the fight more impressive, scramble well, but win in the striking exchanges because Cortez just has a wrestling. That's it.
Look at $3.07, and Cortez being the hot beach model, they should be playing volleyball in a G-string and making $1 million on stake and fucking no pants or whatever they call it. No play. I don't know what they fucking got going on these days. Don't forget I'm 52, so no play, no pants, up bra, side jerks, whatever they call the sites where you make $1 million.
Yo, lethal.
Cortez go there. I'm
Yo,
taking the
lethal.
live on on Vivian. I'm taking the live, and that's on. She's one of those. You know, I told you about the 3 or 4 long shots. That's one of my long shots. I'm taking Cortez out of the picture. I think she doesn't deserve to be there. She gets more. She's got more followers on Instagram. I follow her on Instagram just to check out shit because that's what I do. I get information. I look at stuff, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah, it
you
sounds
make
like
more
you've put
money
in some
doing.
research on Cortez this week. I was just trying to ask
No,
you,
no, no,
lethal. I was just trying to
not
ask
just
you, lethal,
oh, dude, no,
if
no,
you
not
ever
just
heard of.
Cortez.
Listen,
I gotta tell you what, I did
have you
some
ever heard
research
of
on Arizona's
NordVPN?
Instagram as well. Arizona's Instagram is as sexy as Cortez's. This is why it should be a sexy comp and not a fighting comp because I think the fight's going to end up quite boring. I think it's going to end up being by decision as per usual. There will not be a finish here. The only props I've got is $3 to 1 for Viviana, and I've got Cortez at $1.38. There's little money to be made on Cortez, so if I'm going to try and make some money, I'm going to throw Viviana in for a couple of parlays because that upset is live there, I think.
Yeah, it's live. We'll see. The only difference is outside of Silva, the level of opposition has only, much like, sharpening iron, Cortez has fought the better fighters, right? And she's winning some of these fights. It's just unimpressively, not advancing positions, not the most interesting of fights. But you combine just enough wrestling with halo effects, and 2 of the 3 judges, you win, Cortez. It's just I'm not
Yeah.
excited for her. I don't like her fights. And if I see another fucking
No.
eyelash in the middle of the octagon, I fucking had it. Give her fucking Harrison. Let her know what a real
Hey,
woman
dude,
feels like.
you gotta look beautiful when you fucking fight, cunt. You gotta look fucking beautiful, guy. You can't go out there and fucking not look cool for your Instagram followers, man. Like that's more important than actually being the best fighter in the world. You got to look after yourself, dude. You're being really, really mean to Cortez here. She needs to look beautiful to win the fight. Because even if she loses the fight, guess what she's got? She's
Uh-huh.
got that Instagram modeling career going on. She needs. Don't you give her shit about that eyebrow. Maybe she shouldn't have
Honestly,
that step
honestly,
on.
with her, just like get rid of drama and let her do it, so that much like your
Hey,
sport anchors and your former fighters, in most cases, they're former fighters and someone who maybe actually earned it. You could say got to that spot and had that kind of opportunity to keep more income. But hold on, respectfully, Cortez doesn't need that spot, and drama does. So I understand why it will never be that way. Not a big fan of either of them. Let's move the fuck on. All right.
done.
All
Now,
right. Back to actual fighting.
okay, Hyder Emil versus Jose Delago. Okay, so what I do know about Hyder Emil, he was called in by debut to fight JDM, if it's the same Hyder Emil, the pretty much
Yep.
Israeli guy, strong looker, called in short notice. I think they fought at the Apex if it is the same hider and mill, because there's a lot of cultures in this world and they all have the same names.
Yeah, I mean, he last fought William Gomez. Not the most
Yeah, did
impressive
he fight
fight.
JDM ever?
No.
Who did he fight? There's a fighter there that stood out. Anyone big?
No, not really.
No. Okay. So different hider then. I was thinking about the guy that came on short notice a while back. Strong guy. I thought he fought JDM on his debut. He took him to 3 rounds. Not JDM's debut, his debut. And it was at the Apex. Anyway, going back to the fights. After researching the stats, because I didn't even fucking research the stats. I just thought it was fucking Hyder a Mill from that dude. But if it's not, here we go. I'm going to go off the cuff here. All
I
right,
mean, Emil's
Hyder a
good.
Mill.
I mean, this guy is good. He's he's
Yeah. So
he's
Hyder
well
Mill's on
rounded,
a
but
three
yeah.
fight win streak at $2.64. Okay. He's paying $2.64 to $1. Uh, oh no, sorry, $2.36 to $1, 3 fight win streak, and Jose Dialgo beat Matthews by TKO in his first fight.
Mm,
Is yep. So what I've got is
first round.
I've
Yep.
got Hydra a mill here at $2.36. I had that, and I'm still going to keep it, knowing it's not the same Hydra a mill.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna. I like this fight within the distance here. I mean, Emil is live to get the fight done via decision, of course, but
I think it's
this
the
fight
same
will
mill.
definitely, more than likely. I don't quite like fight not to start round three the best, but I don't think we get out of the first two. But say distance no on this entirely because let that third round finish be live. But I do think Emil gets it done just by, I don't know, being better on the feet, especially. I think the striking, we're gonna see a knockout.
So,
So, all right.
so to all our fans out there who watch us, what I would say, Emil, if you put $100 in, you'll get $236 back. That's the odds on a mill. To keep it simple for all us guys, because everyone, you know what, in Australia, we sort of don't talk negative 100 and negative 4. We're pretty simple over here, Brother Toad. So we sort of sit back and go,
Four
how much
dollars
do I
20.
actually make if I put $100 on Hyder a mill? And I would go, if you put $100 on Hyder a mill, you would get $236 back. So I'm going to keep it. What I'm trying to do is, you guys in the States, bro, you're very complicated. It's
Can I
very
can I
intricated.
can I
In
explain that?
Australia, we just sort of sit there and go, how much money are we going to make if we want to cover this parlay? Well, Hydro Mill is live at double 133%
So
against.
the reason that is lethal is your method is great for those who want to bet $100 and have fun with it and just like, making money and watching fights. But it's because people who track and analyze spreadsheets and shit and are looking at probability and their parlays a little bit more intently, or just fades, how do the bookies have it? That metric plus 100, negative 100 is so much nicer to work with because you can now share this and it's going to work for somebody else's unit, their willingness to bet, if they use a metric system at all to track. Um, it's kind of like having a hard system in place that says, all right, here's what I'm willing to put into a card, but also here's my willingness to lose, and you kind of figure out your own algorithm. Like here's what works. I do really good on pay-per-views, and then I have hit and miss fight nights, like things like that, right? So units are just so much nicer to work with.
When you I have to stop you there, because when you put into a card, whatever you put in, you have to be willing to lose it straight away.
Sure.
Gambling's a loss straight away. I'm going to put that out there. Hashtag gambling is bad.
Yeah.
All
So
right. But what I'm
anyways,
going
it's another way of looking at probability. He might bet 100, you might only bet 50. everyone knows what the plus or minus is going to pay him. I don't. You know what I mean? That's how
Emil,
that's why that system
so
exists.
at the end of the day, what we're going to agree and disagree with Mr. Toad is Emil is live at $2.36, I
Yes.
reckon.
Yes.
Yep, you reckon?
Yes. Yeah. I
That's a
think we get
live
it
odds,
done in the
yep,
first 2 rounds. He
yeah.
could take it to a
So
decision. He could take it to a decision, but I think he gets the knockout.
so that is literally the second long shot. Because you went Orejano, right, against Cortez?
Uh,
Yeah?
weigh-ins. My
Or did you
official
go
pick will come.
Cortez? Yeah, you
Yeah, I'm
did.
gonna wait. I'm gonna
Now,
wait till. I'm gonna
yep,
wait till
so far we've
weigh-ins.
gone
I need
so
to see
far we've
how
gone
much fucking
favorite.
makeup bitch has on and how many eyelashes she caked on her eyelids overnight.
I just want to point out what we've done so far. We've gone favorite, 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 favorite. Now we've hit Arejano, we've hit four favorites, and I'm not talking knockouts or anything. I'm just
Wait,
talking standard to win. $2 to $1.74. So everything I've got on my list, the first four we've gone favorites, but then me and you have agreed that the $3 to one Orejano is alive,
mm-hmm.
and we agreed that a meal $2.36 is live. Would you agree with that? So we got two live long shots in our pre-pick right now, not weigh-ins, not till Saturday till we see all this shit. But we got two live picks going right now, and they're not bad live picks. $3 and $2.60. Uh,
And
not bad.
at that prop, by the way, I really do like waiting until actual live props hit on a fight. So,
Absolutely,
just saying, it
absolutely.
will swing much harder than negative or plus 300 at that prop. Enjoy it if you're confident. Hit it in your parlay or straight money line, but wait till live props on either side of that fight because you would be
Yeah,
probably getting a better prop because this is going to go back and forth a little bit, I reckon here.
yeah.
All right, so let me back out of that one. Moving up the
Yep.
card, I'm gonna drive this caboose so I can bring up the graphics and be a little more organized and on pace with myself here. All right, moving up the card, Jack Hermanson taking on Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez. Here's my initial take on this fight. Happy to see Hermanson back. Not happy with an activity. Similar matchup in the sense of, well, you got another wrecking ball on the feet to deal with. But what I like so much more about RoboCop is if this fight does get a little, grappled up or into the clinch, maybe even go to the ground, RoboCop's pretty live. Unless this is later in the fight, I worry about where Hermanson's cardio will be versus RoboCop's in the third round if we saw that. But I reckon RoboCop in the first two, whether this is turning into a gunfight or not, if he's not getting the finish, I think he's probably going to do more damage, uh, just be more in control of the fight. If it goes into the third, I'm going to be taking live props on Hermanson the more this fight goes on because he is a great 15-minute fighter. And if need be, despite he's probably not ever seeing another one, he could be a 25-minute fighter too. So Hermanson, credit where credit's due. Not sure the inactivity. He must be doing pretty okay not to be showing up for work. But guys live for his kicks to his low kicks, that lead leg of Rodriguez, who's going to be marching forward trying to let those hands go. So, I think if you did Hermanson, put a third round finish, not just a knockout, honor the submission where RoboCop could be on the ground. Hermanson by third round finish is a great upset, but as an official pick, got to go with RoboCop. I think he's looking good. I think he offers threats in both places. Hermanson can't get away with an inexperienced Piper in this one. What do you got for me, Lethal?
Ooh, no, nice end. Nice end to
Joe fucking
the
Puff
Pfeiffer, because
Daddy
I was going to
Piper.
bring it up with Joe Pfeiffer, by the way. While you ended it with Mr. Pfeiffer, I was going to start my picks with Mr. Pfeiffer. So I am going fucking totally opposite of you. RoboCop has not got the cardio to outlast Hermanson. Tick. Hermansson's grappling is better than Robocop's. Tick.
Mm,
Robocop can
he doesn't
Hermansson
use it. He doesn't really use it though. He wants to hit knockouts and be on the feet.
Hermansson's willing to. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All we see is that. All I see is that. So I've ticked 2 boxes for Hermansson. Robocop, you're strong and bum. All right. You haven't got 5 minutes in you. Not tick. I've seen you not last 7.5 minutes, which is around a half. Not tick.
He's fucking lagging up here talking
Let's
shit. I
go
love
back to let's go back to Hermansson.
it.
Hermansson, another tick. Took out the big fucking Joe Pfeiffer. Boo! I don't know. Yeah, the man on the block. He was the one that quieted down the hyper train. Dick Hermansson, as you said, that sort of hangs out, does nothing, comes back. I'm taking Hermansson. I've got it in my paper topology here. So you got your computers. Look, a big square thing. I circle that in particular. All right, because I think Hermansson, RoboCop is. I don't know. You're just big and strong. I don't know. I'm not going to give anything anywhere, but Hermansson won me when he beat the big mouth Joe Pfeiffer. And since that day, I'm fucking going to back him at $2.64, not by finish. I think might be one of those boring fights. I think they might sit back. Rodriguez, I don't think Rodriguez wants to go to the ground with Hermansson. We've seen him go to the ground. We've seen him
No,
submit.
I meant that
I,
more in a sense of where if Jack got really grapple heavy, like crossed the void on Rodriguez, maybe sat at range, worked on the lead kick, the lead leg in the first round, and then see Hermansson transition into wrestling after surviving the slow bombs from Rodriguez, if he did. But I think Rodriguez, as much as he looks the killer part, you're right. He does take fights to a full 15 minutes or fails at making it there, right? Due to his own recklessness and kind of shots being absorbed. Hermansson's live at range in this fight with his kicks. If Rodriguez is doing a good job of checking these kicks and actually cutting off Hermansson and not letting him just fucking back foot circle around and around and around and around, if his team isn't working on cutting off Hermansson, this fight's done. Robocop's legs are getting cooked, right? But part of me thinks where Rodriguez is at, super happy, super confident, happy, but he's got a lot of things falling into his life that will, I think, really ignite his like drive further. And he is very stubborn in the octagon. He will go for a risk. He will fight on, despite what a doctor will say. He's tough. He's got that grit. But yeah, like you said, a bit clumsy. I'm rooting for him. I hope he gets it done. But I just won't really fade Hermansson other than his activity. If he was more active and I could see it twice a year at least, I'd have a lot more respect for it. But I don't know. It's almost like he's riding out the end of the contract to me. Or he might be on that Phil Rowe boat where the guy wants to actually fight more, but the UFC just isn't giving him that many fights. So hopefully, because of, in Phil's example, that most recent performance, that changes if he's wanting to be more active respectfully. But yeah, not sure what Hermansson's thing is. Maybe I'll reach out to him and ask him that question post fight or something. But anyways, official pick, Rodriguez. You got Hermansson.
so look, I've got Hermansson. What I will say, I'm going to finish this off
Yeah.
as now, right? You talked about stats and people doing all the fucking studies and all that fucking work. I know stats without doing the studies. In any UFC fucking fight, you don't get 3 long shots in a row winning. I picked Arajano, and we just picked fucking Hyder and Mill, and because you picked those two, I've got Hermansson. So in theory, by probability, and you could be any statistician in the world, by probability, 3 long shots out of a 12 main card in a row, boom, boom, boom. You get 3 or 4 in a whole card in a row is nearly impossible. So by odds, my parlay is destroyed, right? This is out for the fans out there. My parlay's fucked. But I'm talking about my knowledge and what I'm seeing, and I've got Hermanson taking out Rodriguez. By
Nice.
sub, I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like from a betting standpoint, unless it's like a super high paying sprinkle, I'm not really interested in it because Rodriguez, despite how he looks, he's not always getting these finishes, and it's hard to grind out a 15-minute decision in someone who's gonna have good cardio and be able to pick you apart because of that. So Hermanson is the strategic, smart decision. The Rodriguez fade is because I think he's at a place in his life going into this fight that's going to awaken some chakra, some aura, and I think he gets it done with something explosive that catches Hermanson
Brother,
out.
if I
That's what
put
I think.
$100 on this parlay and I get to the end just with those 3 long shots, I
Mm-hmm.
could go and buy a house. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It'll end up being like $13,000, $15,000.
Yeah,
I
you
could
build
put a
a nice little
deposit on
fucking
it.
mud hut over here with that, dude. That's what I want. Hey guys, help me set up a GoFundMe for the MMA Toad Mud Hut, and I'll get it hooked up with satellite internet, and we'll be like real robust, like out in the middle of fucking nowhere in a mud hut.
Are we going to go Joe Rogan? Are
All
we going to
this,
sit in a cabin, brother? You want to sit in a cabin? Can we do that?
yeah, that'd
And
be
you can
sweet.
go full fucking, you could go full MMA guru, go conspiracies, and have all your computers
That's
around,
what I
and you can
want,
sit
dude.
back and just
Do you know how
tap
much
into
UFO
everyone.
shit I pull up around me and start just tapping in and like checking out pyramids and shit? Google Earthing around.
Oh, look, look.
All right,
You
cheers, though.
can't smoke a beer. You can only smoke a belly.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do
Anyway, look,
hey, just real quick intermission while we light this hooter real
yeah.
quick. I'm gonna go to the Serpent Hills in Ohio.
Ooh, that sounds cool. What are the Serpent Hills? They sound amazing.
I'm gonna pull up a picture here in a minute.
Are they full of serpents and snakes? Or is that just a fucking metaphor? The Serpent Hills. Are they got snakes there? Or is it a metaphor? Oh,
It's a serpent mound, and what it is, God damn. What it is
I feel like a dragon.
the fucking
Okay.
ley lines beneath the earth has caused like all these the worst fucking images. By the way, I'd rather just open a video. There we go. There you go. I'm waiting to see if it loads properly. There we go. Got it pulled up on the stream so we can talk about it. Basically, with these guys, beneath that, much like the pyramids, much like all these other miraculous landmarks throughout the world, inner earth ley lines are found here. And much like these other areas of the world, it's symbolism that was designed not to be appreciated and seen from down below, but always from the sky. And doesn't matter what religion you believe in, just about all your teachers, all your gods, all these deities, they're always coming from the sky. And so with technology and human evolution, we're uncovering these encrypted codes. And why not? I'm only about 8 miles from this location. So I'm going to fire up a live stream whenever that day is. I'll promote it a little bit. And I'm going to bring out my telescope. And I'm basically going to try to stay out that way or around that way all night. Do a live stream and just do some UFO watching and channel into it. I'm going to bring
Are
kind
we
of like
still
a...
talking fights while we're watching UFOs? Can we talk fights while we're watching UFOs?
Yeah, we can do all that shit.
Oh, the Interstellar podcast.
Dude, maybe someone will roll through and talk aliens with us. Like, If I get the right audience, I got a story I've always been waiting to tell everybody. Low key. How I became a toad. How they got me. And changed out some things and then dropped me back on Earth, dude. So Scottish once. I was in Scotland. But that's as much,
Dude,
that's
I
the
love
only
that
Easter
shit.
egg I'm gonna give this story, but I was in Scotland back in 2018, 2016. I was in Scotland, and my day's been changed ever since. So yeah, and what I believe and what I know. All right, yeah, I'll tell that story while I'm there. How about that? That'd be a great little live stream bonfire. Just
Well,
while I'm here.
first we've got to pop into Australia, pick me up, and then we'll go to fucking Scotland. We'll have to fucking, you got to pop in. What's happening there? There.
I
Okay.
can clip out parts of
Um,
this from the prediction video and stuff, but I think it would be a good thing to leave in this time because I do want to help kind of promote the idea of this and kind of throw it out to anyone who's watched this. So, one Easter egg. We talked about a code earlier. What a better segue for the giveaway code as we talk about these encrypted messages left on Earth from our ancestors who we've recovered no
oh,
more in technology
hey,
than the
dude.
wheel and
And
a
this,
copper
hey,
fucking tool. So, moving on, this code is
I'll
going
just
to,
quickly say that. I love your idea, but you know what? People couldn't work out fucking 12 signatures of UFC fighters. They've got to work out a UFC code.
this
People
isn't a
couldn't
hidden
fucking
code. This
come
is
out
a,
there.
no offense, bro. This isn't a hidden code. This is a this is a participation trophy. If you've actually watched our videos all the way through and all the bullshit right here, guess what? Here's part of the giveaway. Thank you for hanging out and croaking and choking with us.
Oh,
All right, so
oh, I like it. I like it. You
what's
just threw
the
that on me. See, I like it. We have one of these, and then we just make shit up as we go along. That's awesome. I'm with you. Let's get on to the next fight. I've got it. You want me to get this one?
uh,
Peyton Talbot
yeah,
versus a Philly.
let me think of the code real quick. Yeah, we'll get on to the fights. I'm just trying to think of the code for the giveaway real quick, but I'll come back to it. We'll come back to that piece. All right. Here we go, baby. Let's go.
All right, all right. I'm gonna. Hey, I'm blowing my whistle on you. All right. So we're on to the fights. You got
Yep,
to get
let's
a
do it.
bet. So we're on to Peyton Talbot versus Felipe Lima. Peyton Talbot went from massive fucking huge dog at $1.16 last time he fought. Absolutely got embarrassed, right? Versus now he's paying $2.72. So his odds have gone up like 200%. Like he's a good bet right now. If you're a Peyton Talbot fan, you can make money on him.
This
Was
card
that the failure? Was
This
that
card
first loss
has
he had?
amazing fucking underdogs on it, everybody. This card has
Yeah, yeah,
amazing
amazing. So
fucking
we're talking
underdogs
money
on it to
here, right?
bet.
I'm not talking skill. I'm going to go all this is all about the money about Peyton Talbot. All right. Massive, the huge favorite, $1.16 last fight. You couldn't even make money on him. Whoever bet against him, I don't even look, but he lost. All right. The boy lost. The dog's on him now. I didn't think it was going to rise from $1.16, brother, to $2.72, nearly 3 to 1. 3 to 1. That's a
Lima,
300%
because can I
increase.
tell you why? Can I tell you why? No one's talking
Yeah,
positively of Peyton Talbot all week in their predictions and breakdowns of this fight because Lima
no.
is a great, well rounded fighter. And surely Talbot has a lot more practice and preparing
Yeah,
to do until he fights with somebody as comfortable
I'm
as
gonna,
they are
I'm
on the
gonna,
ground
I'm
with
gonna
their
finish
wrestling and
off.
their jiu-jitsu. So the only thing that Talbot has in this fight to their predictions is, a striker's chance. And I think if you break down where Talbot was like off his Simon fight, I could believe that there was something going on in that fight, maybe injury related, that is truly hush hush to maybe him and his team or his coaches because they don't want it to be re-exposed. I don't think we saw the same fighter in there, and I know that's taking away, um, from his opponent's jiu-jitsu, but Talbot has a bit more to prove to me, and I think he's going to restore aura. I agree that Lima likely puts him on a 2-fight losing streak as long as he can get it to the ground. So I like the upset by Lima via submission, But even
Thank
decision, because I
you,
respect that.
brother. I,
Yeah,
I'm with you. I'm with you. I was going to sit back and say Lima by sub.
yeah.
Talbot is not good enough.
But
Lima
I'm
beat Name.
but I'm gonna put Talbot in some underdog parlays this week. Um, I think he's a great
You
piece.
have to.
And I like him more so by knockout because unless he's winning in damage and somehow keeping the fight on his feet, I do think he gets taken down a few times in this fight. Um, so it more than likely would be he needed the knockout versus he's winning 2 of the 3 rounds. I personally think as long as in this first round he can actually shove some takedowns and show that he's not so easily going to be taken down and has made some improvements, we're going to know right away. So check out the live props. I think this fight could open up. Talbot's already
They're
an
huge,
underdog.
brother.
Lima gets a takedown with like 3 minutes to go because he's not trying to be on the feet with Talbot. That's got to be the plan. And Talbot could drop to like a plus 500-600 by the second round if he made it. And as anytime this guy's on the feet in this fight, he's live for the knockout on Lima. I'm not going to give Lima on the feet versus Talbot. I'm not giving many people on the feet right now versus Talbot until we get to those higher rankings. So, as a
Yeah.
great as a great addition to some upset pieces, I wouldn't take money line. I'd take them live bet, and I'd probably take them by first or second round knockout.
Yeah, so I've got Talbot by a few fucking long shot parlays. Look, I can't have four fucking long shots, 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's like the odds are stupid. That's a bad, stupid card. But I've got Lima by sub
yeah,
on that one because he beat Naimov by sub. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And we just saw Naimov fight the other week. Or was it last week or the week before? You know what I mean?
yeah.
We just
My
so
parlay piece this week on this one is under 2.5, or depending what bookie you have, you could do fight doesn't go to 3. Maybe get a better payout, but I like it either fight distance no or fight under 2.5. Fight distance no is the safest. You obviously get the full 15 minutes. Would that be some shit if we actually had a war? Like fight of the night worthy here. Both guys just banging, throwing on the feet, going just fucking bleeding, brawling, and shots absorbed, going crazy, and yeah, we get like a last 1 minute knockout on either end. I mean, it only further
yeah,
boosts the star power because I know people are fading on Talbot, but it doesn't reverse the guy how much star power he got out of that fight and how comfortable his life probably is now since then, or before I should say. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's lost that motive, that drive. I think that's the narrative, but I think that Talbot just had something going on that didn't give us his best version in that fight. And on
yeah.
top of the fact that he's
He's a
got grappling and
he
experiences that he's going to get
brother.
further exposed on in his wrestling
He will
until,
always be a Sugar Sean O'Malley.
yeah.
As soon as I
Yep.
saw him from the
Yep.
first day to the day,
That's a good
that's the only
analogy.
thing I can give our viewers. When you see Talbot and people that are MMA fans, who does he remind you of? Striking wise, the way he come into the UFC and
Being
everything.
gay.
The only difference,
I'm
yeah, they
fucking,
sort of
I'm
covered
fucking with
Sugar
you.
Sean a little bit.
That was a
They
stab at
didn't get
O'Malley. I'm just salty. I'm an
no, no,
OG
but
O'Malley fan, like
no, no, but
prior
it's
to
true, dude.
Dana's fucking
O'Malley, no,
spotlight.
look, I like O'Malley. Look, we can. This is what this pot's about, man, and this is about the truth. At the end of the day, O'Malley, you made more money not through fight. You made money, but you got it through fighting. Then you got your sponsors and Instagram, and then, but at the end of the day, when I first saw O'Malley, I never knew how he was going to get the world championship. But when they gave him when he missed the 9 fighters along the way, including Corey Sanhagen, and they gave him Peter Yan, that was at the top, which Peter Yan won that fight, by the way.
Hmm.
Uh, I didn't know. And Marab was the true test of whether O'Malley was the fighter. If you put Peyton Talbot can spend 10 years in the UFC, if he turns out like Sean O'Malley, there's always going to be another Marab. Marab will retire. But Marab has inspired millions of people. People are
Yes.
going to train cardio, you know that, and not fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
Marab taught people that cardio rules. And I think Peyton Talbot, brother, love ya. I think the hype wasn't actually that well deserved. I think it was too quick, too fast. You got done. I'm not saying you're not great, but you got to work out that grappling. And if this guy beat Naimov by sub, you have a fucking few problems, brother.
The thing about Talbot is just that the ways that he's different, the ways that he's open, and the way that, I don't know, social media is a driven engine, as we
Yeah.
know. What you do,
You
what
know
you
what? You
post,
could
what
be
you
the
do,
nicest person.
all determine how
So,
popular you are. And Talbot's got very interest style or art
mate,
or
you
video
know what he
editing
is?
shit, and
He's a
people fuck with it. People
so
like the guy.
he's a cool cat. He's a cool fucking cat,
Hold on,
man.
let me talk real.
He's smooth.
What I
He's
was
good
gonna
looking. He talks well,
what I
but
was gonna try to
he's
say
what?
is that I like his whole skateboarding gig too. Like that's kind of like a punk retro thing that we all grew up on, that people outgrew but can always look back and know a little bit about and understand enough about it and appreciate. And yeah, it's like him, fucking McGee. Some of these UFC fighters are actually dope ass skateboarders too. So when they start throwing content like that up online and stuff combined with their other like video
Oh, Kai
editing,
France is
weird
a skateboarder.
hippie fucking
Did
music
you see
shit,
Kai France embedded? He got those skateboards.
I didn't get to watch the most recent embedded. I
Oh
just
no, no. So he's a skateboarder. But
episode 3,
anyway,
I'm assuming episode 3 or 4. Yeah, I haven't
yeah,
caught
yeah.
up.
So he got
I'm
a
not caught up.
skateboard, all
That's
signs on his dick.
almost, yeah. I saw that. He does that in fucking everything. That's like all. That's like his signature, dude. I need
His thing.
I need Tops to make me some dope ass case hits or just like a dope insert of him, like his own chaos or something where he's doing that face. Intimidator.
I'll do it for
That was hold on. If he doesn't have an intimidator with that face, that's a missed opportunity. But yeah, maybe I'll clip that and submit it to Fanatics or somebody who can have a voice in the space and say, hey, this really passionate MMA toad guy who sentimentally collects like 30-year anniversary editions of cards and things, and whatever. Uh, Here's
love
these
it.
best like historic moments or faces or fights that you could start piecing some cards together, because I know we don't have Panini anymore, but I'd love to like resurrect and almost mimic the idea of the octagon side, because you're actually still framing an actual visual that we all watched from that fight. And on my very first break, on half a case, so it's only 6 boxes, didn't know what I was doing, for $6, Leon Edwards, because he was super cheap and no one had respect for him. Didn't even fight Usman
It's still
yet.
going.
Didn't get shit. Didn't get shit. Six boxes are being ripped. I don't have a fucking card. The guy doesn't even have a base card for me. And we opened the last pack, and now I know how everything works, and congratulating some people on some nice hits and getting an idea of who paid what for Tom Aspinall and some of these rookies.
I love the instant paninis. The instants.
Well,
I love the
yeah,
instants, man.
this is the octagon side. It's from Select
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
22. And I got the fucking gold flash, and he's like, "Oh God, someone's got a gold lotto, Leon Edwards." And the still frame image of this card was the Diaz fight, and that's like one of those, you don't necessarily have to be the biggest fan of Leon Edwards to love and appreciate that moment in MMA history. So, got into the game lucky, and breaks have been here and there. The best card in my entire collection, just to wrap up my card spiel here, the best card I have in my entire collection is a 1 out of
What?
8 Khabib from Tops Knockout, the artistic graph parallel, 1 out of 8 Khabib auto, and it's a translucent art gallery, and in the middle of it, it's him on top of McGregor.
Oh, I've got a
Super
yeah. I've got
refractive,
my
really cool. Can look through it. Basically,
yeah,
it's yeah. I got that
mate.
on
I
a
love
I
to
got that on a
be.
one case break. Sorry, that's the only reason I brought that up. I got that on a one case break. Tops Knockout. First buy in on the same break I bought Shavkat. I ended up getting his out of 99 Tops Knockout patch auto as well as a 1 out of 10 gold base or black base Shavkat,
Yep.
1 out of 10. So in the same fucking case, I paid $60 and we robbed the safe. I mean, that was a great hit and kind of relit some of that dopamine to catch up real quick. So we fucked up some knockout, we fucked up some Topps Finest, we fucked up some Gold Label, and now thanks because of you, my friend. Thanks because of you, we are fucking up
Royalty.
some fucking royalty. Out of 25 Moreno, my first.
And you got the midnight. And that midnight.
I'm not spoiling anything, but I got some royalty in the mail right now, by the way.
Ooh.
Think you're going to be impressed, my
Nice.
friend.
Oh, God, nice.
I think you could say this time around I'm going to be a little bit more sharp with a few cards. Hey.
I know you aren't a great John Jones fan, but I know you do have a John Jones.
The Tiger's
I know you
fire.
do have a John Jones Tiger.
It's even, listen, loosely. I'm hogging the mic real quick like this because we're talking about fucking John Jones. It's worth way more now that he's fucking, listen, Lethal, let me fucking talk. It's worth more because he's fucking gay. I hope you all know. And if you have the zebra, congratulations. That's a tough debate. That's more of the hobby case hit. To me, the blaster's harder because you're ripping and wasting way more money. In the hobby, you're getting case hits. Your life are way better numbered cards, inserts, way more common. In those blasters, you burn money so bad. So with that said, we just ordered 3 of the blasters of the Chrome 2025. Hope I get some fighting nerds. Hope I get some of these good rookies as usual. Maybe I get lucky. I'm done ranting. I'm so sorry. I'm just I don't know where the fuck I was for that. Listen, Jones Tiger. Jones Tiger is
that beautiful Tiger card.
Fucking flaming.
You walk all over here, brother. You like, I'm not giving you that fucking Tiger, brother. I just gave you the Zebra Whitaker. I'm not giving you that fucking the Tiger, man.
Yeah, it's my only Tiger, and it was my first blaster box. Or second.
You don't even like John Jones. You don't like him. You said he's not the GOAT. Come on. I take it. I've got a whole John Jones collection.
That doesn't mean I don't have a John Jones collection, though. That's not how sport cards work with me. I understand it just like from betting perspective.
You're a cheater. You're a John Jones cheater.
I respect.
You love the Jones.
I respect what he did at lightweight. I don't respect how it was done, but whether I like it or not, his name will always be a fucking stain in the sport. And I think people can misinterpret a bit. Doesn't look like that's going his way at all. But I think when people reflect MMA, at least when he first started, maybe that was like his best, more honest and pure athlete form that we recognize, and his climb up. We can all look back at some wonderful memories and respect what he did. That's where my collection for John Jones stands. Doesn't mean I'm going to keep the best of every card that I have. For me, it was the memory of pulling that card after I just started with Prism 22, and I buy my first few select Target boxes. I bought 2, bought them from Target, and that was when the girlfriend actually opened the pack.
I'm just looking around my room
and she hands it to me.
I'm just looking going, what could I fucking trade with him right now, live, for that fucking zebra, man? What can I fucking trade? I know I got something lying around here, mate.
You mean the Tiger?
The Tiger, yeah.
It's more, the issue for me is that while I'm not happy with Jones, I respect that he's basically the GOAT of when he did it. I don't like how it finished for him. I think Reyes beat him, and I'm not rewarding cheats, but he's still sadly part of that list that I think is changing very soon. Like, to me, Islam has had a more impressive MMA career than John Jones, for instance.
I have. I know what I've got.
But this is a different weight class, so you have your Hall of Famers, and that's what John Jones is.
We'll take this into another episode, but for everyone out there, I am going to get that fucking tiger card off my mate Toad, and I'm going to find something in this room that is so fucking. He has to give it to me. All right, he will have no choice but to look at it
Mm-mm.
and go, "Oh, you fucking cunt."
Nope.
So we're going to hold off on that. That's episode
It
next
better
one.
be like
What have
some
I got to?
gangster ass.
What have I got to do that could fucking give me that fucking Tiger Jones? But let's move on. So we've gone past Peyton Talbot. I'm going to move this on, my brother.
Yeah. I was
We're
gonna say you're
into
fucking slow as fuck
something.
this week, holding us back, dude. No, I'm fucking with you guys. Obviously, you guys can
Hey,
tell it's
you
1
were meant
a.m.
to have a
here.
light.
I'm
Well, at least
I'm so
yeah,
fucking
you
with
were
you,
meant to
bro.
have the light.
I'm so
Remember?
fucking with you, bro. I am on. I'm like hallucinating based on the amount of work I did
Yeah.
today,
All right.
mowing my
So I'm going to
yard.
tell you
I
what.
worked
Everyone out there
overtime,
viewing now.
cooked. Yeah,
Everyone
I
out there
fucking
viewing
busy
this
day.
pod right now. I am going to take control of this pod. Toad, you tell me stats. So here we go. Watch this. I'm going to get Toad to sleep because he's very fucking tired. Big day at work.
Hold
And
on,
all you guys have been
hold on,
listening to us talk
hold
about
on.
shit for an hour and 20
I can't hear
minutes.
you. Give me a
So
minute.
here we go, Toad.
I think I just
Not
heard a
really.
door.
Longer.
Hold on.
If you're going, I'm going. Oh. Need. Oh, down.
Well,
Oh,
well,
I was fixing up my toys. Anyway,
that
so
that will
here
be
we
a
go.
great segment if I didn't just clip that. I'm sure.
Fixing up my toys. But while you
Me
were gone,
fucking listen. I had a motion sensor trip. Then I thought I heard a door, and so we just turned into lethal toad right there. That's what just happened. I was ready to go to war. So
all right.
listen, man, the world
So
around us going to shit. I don't trust anybody or anyone.
I do.
So
I don't talk politics, sex, or
lethal toad is
religion,
always ready
or
to fuck.
whatever.
Basically, is
Whatever
all I'm
the
trying to
fuck's
say.
going on in the state. You should have guns, and you shouldn't be black or Caucasian because you're going into a prison. So, do you know what? I would
And
love
if
to
you're in
go
the
and see
United
it for a
States, you
holiday.
can't
I would
be.
love to see it
If
for
you're
a
in the United
holiday, brother.
States, you can't even be a Mexican right now, bro. They're just
My
throwing
brother,
your shit into a
imagine
van.
me. I would love
Or
to
from
turn up
South
to see
America.
my Toad in Chicago and see him and see my mate Toad and actually visit him, right? I turn up at the airport. I'm not even getting through and I'm like, I've got Australian passport. G'day, mate. How are you? You want a shrimp on the barbie? They're like, you sound Mexican. I'm like, listen to my voice. Like, I'm too scared to visit my mate Toad. Like, they would pull me up and throw me. I don't know. Like, it's pretty fucking
I don't
intense.
want to
Anyway,
offend
let's
our
move
viewers,
on.
but if
On.
anyone mistaken your voice as a Mexican or Hispanic voice, I don't like to use the word often, but sometimes I think it's appropriate. I'd call him a fucking retard because you don't sound anything like an
I'll be like,
Hispanic or Mexican person.
Are you Israeli? No, mate. I'm from Australia. Are you Indian? No, mate. I'm from Australia. Are you Mexican? No, mate.
I've got it
I am
down.
from.
I've got it down to 3. You're either Australian, South African, or you're a fucking Kiwi. And the dialects for me all kind of land on the same part of the dartboard, where it's just like
Absolutely.
you're a
Kiwis and
fucking
Australians.
you're a fucking twangy dingo bandit, fucking from the
Dude,
down
I
under, you
am a
know.
fucking
One way or
redneck.
another, you got poisonous shit that wants to kill you, so you just hang out inside with fucking house pets, or else you're out there getting cooked.
Two
One
dogs in
one
here
fucking wasp
protecting me.
bites you, dude. You just got the whole fucking queen's nest up your ass, hatching, eating you from the inside out, fucking spitting snakes. Fuck that shit. All right. Anyways,
I'm going to move us on, brother.
yeah,
Let's move it.
I was gonna do that. Thank you.
No, 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 no. You're on fire. Because guess what? I'm going to introduce it because I have to have a Billy.
Uh huh.
So we're going Monicano money. Cha-ching versus boring Benil Darush. Okay,
Dariush.
so that's my introduction. Boring Benil versus
Ah,
exciting Meccano. That's
I
how I'm going
don't.
to bring it in for you. Take you lead from that, my brother.
I will lead from that. I'm gonna give Dariush his flowers as someone who's a pretty decent MMA fan. I'd say that I appreciated good Dariush fight. Basically, he's got good grappling. Everyone knows that he can't take shots the best. So why ever want to get close with him or grapple up? This fight very much for Moicano is utilizing his kickboxing, his kicks in general, and just being more fast and live at range. No one really talked about Moicano's BSD performance all that much from any of the other takes that I've heard this week. It's just I'm actually impressed with Moicano, and I didn't lose any aura or belief in him and where he'll land in this lightweight division. As again, he's part of this veteran graduating class along with Dariush. We could see these guys lose a few more fights and say, "Yeah, I'm good," but they've had some great careers of some ups and downs. But here they are, kind of shoulder to shoulder as they speak, and yeah, I think the odds have kind of respected that a bit more, now that this fight's been rebooked. And because going into it, Moicano was like a very heavily favorite, negative like 300 or so. And I think everyone wrote off Dariush. And as I thought about that fight breakdown, which I never got to really have, right? I respected the counter shots, the power, slower, but more damaging knockdown potentials that Dariush offers. But it won't get to be that if he lets Moicano chew him up a little bit. I think Moicano, he's not an established like technical striker, but if he gets through, he does hurt. He's long, he's snappy, and I think he showed that great in his fight with Turner. Like he's very live to give it back. He's kind of a lesser version of Oliveira in that sense. Sometimes he's got to be losing a fight and get his ass beat to come right back. Like that Dan Hooker is another great example at lightweight. So, anyways, Dariush, I'm hearing more favorite. I don't really know where the
So,
odds on this quite stand right now. I think Moicano might be an
in
underdog, but
Australia,
from a pick
Darius is
standpoint,
at
I'm riding Moicano. I think Dariush, he's the one who's declining. He's the one not having as tough as matchups or more as frequent matchups, in my opinion, where it's going his way. Respectfully, he's against way higher level of opposition, but I think this is part of the decline, and this is the part where Moicano just ever so slightly separates him into the front pack, as Dariush has a very upcoming bright future with these upcoming guys that could have someone like Dariush hand off that torch a bit. Not everybody's going to get the Gaethje fight. Not everybody's going to get the Dustin fight,
no.
the Hooker fight, the Charles fight. These legends are going out on the way. Their shields, obviously Holloway, Volkanovski. These warriors are going out on their shields with some banger legendary fights. But there's a competitive upcoming class. And I think regardless of the outcome of this fight, we got to start making those kind of matchups for the next loss, whether that be for, say, if Dariush loses this too. But I think they'll set more of a retirement fight. I can't imagine he's going to want to fight for three loss streak or something like that to kind of wrap that up. But yeah, I think Moicano gets it done with his striking, and I think he's dangerous on the ground if things get really scrappy and Moicano's pulling guard. He's good with his elbows. I know Dariush very good about honoring like awareness and position versus advancing and messing up a submission, or being careless with his take, like a back take or something where he just gives up position. I think Dariush has great pressure, and that's the hard thing about him being on top of you. But I think Moicano's jiu-jitsu gets him back to his feet a few times in this fight, and I think Moicano hurts Dariush and puts him out, just as he's been getting put out by these other great fighters. But I respect
Mate,
this decision based on Moicano's performance with BSD and the way he looks to me right now and how he's performing.
I'm going to cut that very short for you, my friend Toad. Moicano by finish or by decision. Dariush, again, I did say boring Dariush. 8-fight win streak. I don't know. I don't know how he even got that 8-fight win streak. It was amazing, actually. Like, 1 minute he was there, 1 minute he was there, and then he wasn't there. I don't know. He really is a confusing fighter to me. You know what I mean? I really find him confusing. It's hard to bet odds on a confusing fighter. You got 8 fights and you
Sorry, I was just.
won. I don't know how you did it. I can't even remember one. And to be quite honest, I'm going to tell you this: I can't remember one of his great fights. Literally, nothing has stood out. But I do know he went on a rampage, won by decision. He got a knockout. I do know. I remember a knockout. Can't remember who, but I don't know. I'm going to finish it off. Moicano, that performance against BSD, I lost that day. That was one of the weeks that I actually didn't win any money. Because when I saw BSD on it, I'm ex-military, I'm ex-army. I believe in SAS, Foreign Legion, whatever fucking elite forces you serve for. I believe that we have more heart than an MMA fighter. I'm going to tell you that. As an ex-military soldier, someone that's done the shit, I'm going to sit back and go, when I see a French fucking SAS soldier, and I'm not SAS, never will claim to be, but I've been in the military and I know what we go through from the basic level to that level. And that level is fucking crazy. So I always believe in the SAS soldier, the Rambos. And he did come in like a Rambo. He came in like a Rambo up to Dustin Poirier. I think he made a mistake there, but Moicano showed all his weaknesses that day. He was the long shot. He won. He is the long shot. No, he is at $1.08 in Australia. He's at $1.84 to $2 for Darush. So even Stevens, right?
I'm
Basically
waiting
even
to
Stevens.
take I'm waiting to take the live prop on this fight for both fighters as it generates. As you guys saw a couple pay-per-views ago, we ended up securing it on both sides of the board for a fight where total risk was 20, guaranteed payout was 50, right? Whoever
Yeah.
won the fight, I was making $50. So live props get funny, but it's fun when people start knocking each other like sock and boppers, and the fucking bookies are freaking the fuck out like a stock market. Have fun with live betting. Hang out with me, fight companion during the card. Love this is a perfect from a money perspective. Have a live bet or two, but otherwise, I think your parlays going into this are a little rough, given the fact that we could very easily see two grapplers kind of keep it on the feet because they don't want to overexpose themselves. They respect those kind of vulnerabilities from each other. They're not going to put their necks out in certain ways that maybe they would be more comfortable with just some of these peer boxers and strikers at lightweight fishing for knockouts. So I think that Moicano and Dariush are both live for a knockout in this fight. From a betting perspective, check your round props. I think if it did end by knockout, I could see it being a first or second. Dariush, look how quickly Charles just popped him. You got to respect the fact that Moicano could zap him with something unexpected, just like a Kevin Howland zap. Like, oh, here we are, and now I'm pouncing you. You know, he did hit Islam with a nice shot. Respectfully, that Islam just fucking ate because his jaw is so genetically strong from licking fucking goat ass
Yeah.
that his jaw just fucking he can eat that shit. So, anyways,
It's all that fucking broken cartilage.
So, anyways, that tough mountain stuff, you know what I mean? It's extra. Just you gotta work your tongue and your jaw. You get those muscles just fucking.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
You want me to play the whistle on you? Do you want to pull the whistle on you again,
I'm good.
bro?
I got it. I got it. So yeah, I got
Hey.
Moicano. Listen, on my long shot parlay, I got Moicano. Just money line on this. I respect he could get it done. Submission, decision, knockout, and I'm taking the props where they're already nice. So cool. Who do you got officially?
Officially, man, Meccano after the fucking BSD fight.
Yeah,
I've never seen any prospect as good as BSD
I know.
as a prospect
I like him.
coming up
I know.
and getting absolutely fucking humbled.
Yeah.
Humbled. So at that point,
To be fair,
that's the day I lost all my money. That was the day because
to be
I was
fair,
and I still am a BSD fan.
hey,
But
to be
also, and
fair,
Meccano,
hold on before we,
BSD,
real quick, hold
I'm
on,
gonna stop you. I'm gonna
real
stop
quick
you,
on
brother.
BSD. Real quick on BSC, let's give him his flowers. He came off having fucking ringworm and was on the antibiotic to heal it, which drains you. And he's taking on Dustin.
No, it was Dustin.
Who's a
Then they
fucking
gave him
hammer.
Meccano. He got 2 lots of ringworm then. 2 lots of ringworm.
Mm-hmm.
Knocked out by Dustin. Fucked up by Meccano. Fair enough, Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
Meccano was the fight that he should have won.
Mm-hmm.
That was the fight that he should have won.
I know.
But he didn't even win it.
I know.
He got embarrassed by it. That's why I'm going Meccano to absolutely fucking destroy boring Benil Darush.
I originally wanted to just do distance no on that fight because I respected it both ways, and then I was like, oh, this pays absolute fucking ass. So I convinced myself that it was going to be a BSD finish because Moicano would get fucking dropped the way that Turner should have beat his ass.
Because, nah, man, we fucked up on that. Moicano, that fight, you agree, that fight, he came out and I didn't even know who the fuck, I know who Moicano was. But after the BSD fight, wow, you can actually fight. I thought you were a gatekeeper.
Yeah, no, his striking has improved
a lot.
You're
actually not a gatekeeper, bro. You actually can fucking fight. I think he's going to go out there and actually start fighting.
Yeah, no, he's down in Florida killing it with Burns, man. These guys, no, he's good. He's a crafty vet. All right, moving up the card.
Oh,
moving up the card. Another impressive prop that I was kind of surprised to see. Brandon Royval, the underdog, and taking on Joshua Van. I got the prop at like plus 180 something, I think, at one point.
So I got Royval at $2.07 to $1.
Oh, wow.
And Van as the favorite as $1.79 to $1.
That is fucking
So Van's
nuts.
the favorite down under. Van
but do you know the
is
Tapology odds? Do you know the Tapology odds? Royval.
What are they?
62% of people have Royval. He's also my official pick and part of this big long shot hammer. So taking Royval in this fight via money line. I respect his ability to have a gunfight with Van. That Van gets finished again. Or I see Royval more than likely the game plan. Take the fight off the feet. Secure it on the ground. Fatigue and hunt for submissions. Royval's just proven himself far beyond Van. I think this is a tough match for Van. I wouldn't have given him somebody so well-rounded and so experienced. He's even got 25-minute experience. So I think Royval, very game, very live in this fight as a dog. That's just a complete bookie fuck up. And if you don't agree with me, then take it up with Tapology's customers, because here we are at
Yeah.
62%. What do you got?
Okay, so in Australia, Van is favourite. I'm going to keep it simple. Van is favourite at $1.80. Royale is not favourite at $2.03. So we'll call that even Stevens, right?
Yeah, plus
20 cents. Fuck
213.
it.
Yeah.
It's done. Yeah, it's even Stevens. So Royale, last fight, he beat 16-0 Tairo Tatsumura, right? That was a fight that I actually, again, lost money on because I followed the Japanese fucking dude, okay? So
Yep.
we'll own our mistakes. We'll own our fucking greatness when we win, right, Toad? But we'll also own our losses. And
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what,
I believe.
that day,
I breathed so
I
much in him.
fucking failed. That was a bad day at Lethal Hand
Fuck.
Collectibles.
I had it by
All right,
finish.
so I failed. So Royval beat Ty, and then he also beat Moreno, which is your boy.
I know.
It's your fucking
I
boy,
fucking
mate.
know, Lethal. I'm
I know.
sorry.
So he beat both. He beat your boy,
I
and he
know.
beat. So against all odds in Australia, Van's at basically double or nothing. I know, right? That's why I sent it to you.
Dude,
So this
fucking
guy, you reckon
this
this
guy
new
right here.
boxer, this new fucking Crim Crimson Van boxer, who's
I,
got a
I
great
like guys who
takedown
have good
defense.
boxing. What can I say? Real fucking chads.
Yep. Can he take out the guy that beat your boy? And can he take out the new prospect of Ty?
I will listen. I will have a ton of respect for Van if he gets it done, because Royval has my respect. I've faded Royval in picks, but as he's pulled these upsets, it's only furthered my respect for him. And I know he didn't get done with Pantoja, who has all that much, right? Look at where that guy's at in flyweight, next to DJ, submitted in history forever. But Royval, very much a dog, much like Moreno, very much more than meets the eye. Uh, One of the hardest bites on the yard at 125 pounds. The guy's able to survive with some killers, go the full distance with him, even if he's losing fights. He's able to survive 25 minutes with guys who are killers. So he has respect for me. I like Van. Kids also got respect for me, but from a probability and betting
Hunter,
standpoint, I can't help but just ride with Royval in this fight. That's why
thank
he's
you.
part of my main
From a
parlay this week.
to keep this short, from a punter's point of view, we love both people. They're all great. Royval has the same energy as Van in the ring. The only difference is he can roll as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
Royval can roll. He can roll on the ground. He's pretty much an all-rounder. Van has this 19% takedown defense. We all know from the beginning. Remember, right when he first started, he told DC, "I only been doing wrestling for 6 months."
yeah. I
Right?
know.
So
Yeah.
he's a defensive wrestler, not an attacking.
Yes.
He puts all his eggs in one basket, which is a great fucking basket, which is his fucking hands.
Yes.
His hands are clearly nothing to none, right? He's
He can't
destroyed
out grapple
everyone.
people.
Right.
He can't out grapple people,
But
but he digs and rips
when
to the
you're
body and
facing a
has great
guy,
tight boxing that like opens up these people off of him and sets it keeps
when
it
you're
reset at
facing a
range.
guy
Yeah.
on short notice, because it was sort of short notice. He just only won a week and 2 weeks ago, so you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's short notice for a guy to come in on short notice to beat a guy of branded status and tie Tusavara Kukanana, the Japanese dude that was fucking. His cards were on
Uh,
amazing at that stage,
I
but
love
you
your
know
accent with
that
that name. I
dude.
love that shit. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
dude.
That was great. That
We'll
was
do
gold.
we'll do a whole pod just on me pronouncing stupid fucking surnames, right? A whole thing, and you pronounce it, I'll
Dude,
pronounce it,
you
and
know
I'm
what
going to
you would
tell
do
you, and
great
we won't
at?
even practice. We
Le-
won't even practice. We'll just go in. So I've got Royale winning this fight by decision. I don't think there's going to be a finish here. I think Royale's too smart for Van. The cardio is as equal. If we're talking about cardio win fights,
Yeah.
their cardio's the same.
I would have made this a 25-minute fight, by the way. I would have made
Okay.
this a high what I would have ranked this fight is as title contention ranked bout.
It is the title
Exactly.
contention fight.
That's what I'm trying
Correct.
to
It
say
is
is
the
like make
title
this like
contention fight.
if this easily would have been a fight night headliner any other fight night, right? This would have been a headliner fight for Apex at the very least. Like, you know what I mean? They probably would have done fans, obviously, because fans a draw. And Royval respectfully is earned respect and people get behind him too. And he's like pretty outreaching in his knowledge with MMA, the people around him.
Yep.
Royval as well, especially spiritually. They both bring a big audience. And so great two sellers.
No,
I think these guys, sorry, maybe hard enough. That'd be a tough headline, but they'd be on the main card of a fight city somewhere, down in Texas probably. Anyways, fucking getting all over the place here. Go ahead, go on.
great
I
fight.
respect both these guys. I just think the experience gap is going to be shown here, just like respectfully Charles Johnson
All
did.
day.
All right.
Oh, when he fights next, I have so much praise for fucking not Charles Johnson. I actually have praise for Michael Johnson, the old
Okay.
digger coming back and winning fucking yeah. So we'll get there one day. But let's move on to the last fight. We're finally here, fucking fans and team. Me and
La-
the Toad
last
have
two.
finally got him
Last two, baby.
at the
Can't forget
last
about.
two
You know
fights.
it's funny. I've heard a few people this week go, oh yeah, 317. It's kind of a shit card compared to some of these fight nights. We only got like one title fight. I'm like, no, we have a new claim to the lightweight division as champion, the undisputed. But Pantoja respectfully defending this fucking thing again against another loaded gun prospect. I mean, not prospect, but you know what I mean, loaded gun opponent. You know, Kai, he's always been known for that killer shot. He's kind of like the flyweight version of Josh Emmett. He's at top level.
Yeah.
He's getting those big knockouts, but he takes his losses and he comes back. He's improving and he's kind of leveling up, but he's still holding it down. And he's been here for a while doing it. And I think the people that are especially around Kai are a big part of his success. Just I don't know, having the best sparring partners in the world, the you know, in terms of how hard they from a from like a climate standpoint, the conditioning. France is a 25-minute fighter. So is Pantoja. What's live for Kai in this fight is his knockout. But Pantoja could re-expose Kai to the body. As we all know, it's there. That nice, perfectly body kick from Moreno. And Pantoja, he's been giving it to Moreno, right? So, and Pantoja is a car crasher, too. He'll eat it. He's got the most granite fucking chin in UFC history next to Max Holloway, Nate Diaz. You know, some of these guys just fucking eat it. Marvin Vittori's a great granite fucking chin. Galvin's another great fucking iron chin. So credit where credit's due to all my domers out there. But Pantoja is the 125-pound
Dude,
granite chin. And Kai just so
I'm gonna,
happens to be the glass cannon that I think breaks this
I'm
thing.
gonna really move this fucking fight on really fast, brother. It bores me. Okay, it
Let's hear it.
bores me. Okay, Kai friends, thank you for that stupid one-shot right hook. Every preview, bow. I have never been a follower. I don't care for this fight at all. Pantoja is going to destroy him. It is boring. It should be on the early prelims. Number one, actually. Okay? I'd rather put Robocop and Hermansen at the co-main event. So, not excited. Kai French, you're not going home with this stupid belt. That's not going to fucking work for you. All right? What a
I
boring
need to make
fight.
that the fucking thumbnail, by the way.
Okay? What a fucking joke. Here, one more time. Ready? All right? Fuck that shit. Fuck that prelim. Pantoja by win. let's please move on.
Yeah.
That was a stupid co-main event to make.
Yep.
Should have
Hey,
been on a fight night in Abu Dhabi somewhere.
dude, this has been a fantastic 2 hour breakdown. Just about. We are like 150, but I'm enjoying this fucking change of subjects, off topic, all over the place.
Talking shit,
Extra
right?
feeling
That's
good
what the
and having
fucking
fun.
that's what we fucking
And
do,
look
man.
at
We
my
talk.
homie's fucking jacket, by the way, as he's like giving us the military breakdown of like being an elite fucking killer. Look at my man's fucking jacket right now, yo. You know what? I'm breaking my shit out too. Just kidding. I got shit all around me. I got
Fucking
bubble
go.
wrap
Break
under the
it out.
package
We've got
blocking
one
me in.
fight left. You break it out because this is the main event, bro. We got one fight. We've done boring right hook Kai Kai versus exciting Pantoja. Now I'm gonna leave this up. You go and get your jacket. I'll leave this in, brother.
Yeah. Do that.
We're gonna go, everyone. Well, my man the Toad is getting his fucking jacket for this last final. Thank you for staying with us, everyone. But here we are at Ilya versus Oliveira. So before we get into it, get your shit together and remember the gifts, the cards, the toys, all that shit that we're giving away is this week. Okay, so you got to link, subscribe to Lethal Toad. You got to watch us on YouTube. Just be cool cunts, because we're happy to fucking be cool cunts too.
All
So
right,
let's
here we
just
go.
do our shit. Here's
I'm
my
excited to go back and listen to your shit, by the
what
way,
that
because I couldn't
jacket?
hear you sadly, because I'm using earbuds because I don't want any audio bleed.
Yeah,
But
that
basically,
you'll have to
see my
go
man's
through. I
rocking
said
this
a lot
little
of sweat.
Goku jacket. I just so happen to collect these gangster ass Marvel button ups from the early 2000s from different movies and comics.
I love it.
Different things
I
coming
love
out.
it.
Well, that's a Bruce Lee. That's from his last movie that he made.
Oh.
That's what that
Hey, you
is.
know I got Bruce Lee
That's a
cards.
little cool gangster
I
button
got
up.
Bruce Lee cards,
Shows him right
brother.
on the edge here with some nunchucks.
Before we get
So
onto
there's
I
that.
got these Bruce Lee. I got autographed
There's a
Bruce Lee
cool
cards.
Marvel, X-Men, Wolverine. He's got a cool one there. Anyways, get up
Oh.
to it here. Here's a Hulk smash.
I know what you're
I'm
buying.
excited to show you. I haven't seen a lot of this in a minute. I used to wear these back when I did IT for college. These were like my get outs on campus. Had some
Why not?
personality. Talk to me about something.
Why not?
Fucking
I'm 52,
kids from
bro.
all around the
I wear
world,
a
foreign
Goku
exchange
jacket.
students. They all recognize Bruce Lee. Here's a nice Venom. Also, some Japanese on it. Or wait, hold on. This is like some shaman one. I don't even know what the fuck that one is, actually. This is the one I thought I just had. So similar in the colors a little bit. That's a
My
sick Venom
boy.
one right there.
Look at my boy.
This is the one that's in Japanese.
That is sick.
Boom. And just for you, my man, all that goddamn digging. I just grabbed the armful of them.
Yeah.
Nothing, not so much on the back. But if you open up the front.
Oh. That Goku. That is fucking. That's Dragon Ball Z,
Dragon
brother.
Ball Z.
Oh, beautiful, fucking awesome. Look at that. Put that in with the John Jones Tiger card, and we have a fucking bargain. Ah, I know you can't hear me, but I want that. The John
Anyway, so there's
Jones
that
Tiger.
one. And then last but not least, another fucking Japanese Bruce Lee.
I
This
like the
one's got
Bruce Lee,
his
but I got autograph. I
Hidden
want the
Dragon
Dragon
one.
Ball Z. I want the Dragon Ball Z one.
But
I want.
anyways, I'm not just a collector. I'm a
Hey,
passionate
brother.
collector. So
Can
these are
you
a variety
can
of
you hear
like
me now?
movies, shows, trading cards, comics, all these prior loves, and clothing that I can just rock
All right,
out. So I
brother.
gotta refold and put all this shit up now. But yeah, there you go. Just random wanted to share that. Don't know why we're holding up this fucking main card, this main event. But I just so thought that we should cross the 2 hour point officially, as we always do, doing our shit the way that we do it. So for
All
all
right.
of us
Hey,
yip
hey,
yapper, fucking gib
hey.
little jaw smackers, fucking yip yapping with us for 2 hours, I appreciate y'all. We love y'all. I can't even fucking
Hey,
hear Lethal, but I see the reaction,
you
so that's all I
your
need to see. Hell yeah.
get back to
All
your
right, so
chair. Get
I'm
back
done.
to
I don't
your
know why I just
chair.
threw all that shit. I love
Get
those
back
clothes
to
so
your
much. I don't know why I
chair.
just threw them like that. But here we are. We're back. Put me in,
You're
coach.
back
Hold
on
on a
your
minute.
chair. All right.
Oh, fuck.
You
We
have to
dropped
be
some cards.
silent here.
Oh, it's a good thing everything's in nice protective loaders. We're good.
All right, brother.
All right.
I'm
Let me
gonna
put
do
an
a
earbud
check
in
1 2. I'm
so I
gonna
can
do
hear
a
my
check
mate.
1 2.
I can hear you now. I'm so
Check.
sorry. Let's go.
All right. I'm gonna do a check 1 2. Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear
All
me?
right. So before you start, yes, I can. So before you start, you owe me 2 things now. Not owe me. I'm gonna fucking want them off you. I want that fucking Tiger card, and now I want the Goku fucking shirt, the
I get
Dragon Ball Z
I
shirt.
get out the
All
hooter.
right,
I get out
all
the
right,
hooter, and I'm
dude.
hearing about the
All right.
Tiger
So
John
while you
Jones
were
card.
doing all of that and you couldn't hear me, all our viewers was watching me react,
Yeah.
right? And my reaction was, I just want the Tiger card of John Jones, and now I want that Dragon Ball Z shirt to match my Goku jacket. I love your collection of clothes, man. They are fucking cool. I I have got Goku. If you go online, you get like the 24 karat gold shit. I got like the whole series of Goku shit. Vegeta. It was the anime that got me into martial arts. To tell you the truth,
Yeah.
many
100%.
many years ago.
Look at all the
I'm
fighters,
52
bro.
now.
Look at all the fighters
So
right now.
when I'm 52 now, when that came out, when I was 19 years old, brother, that shit, that comic got me into martial arts. So I am always going to be a representative of Dragon Ball Z. I'm always going to be a representative of martial arts. Is not just what we see at the UFC. It's Bruce Lee. It's Chuck Norris. It's Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
It's Jean Claude Van Damme.
I don't think
It's
it would
a
have been
whole
possible to survive the 80s era as
brother.
like a young
I'll show
adult
you this, right?
without being in
I'll
some
show you
type of
this.
martial arts or boxing gym or something.
So up
I'd
here
actually feel like some
we have
putties were ready just to jump out,
they
man.
are
All,
blood sport shorts. See those shorts there?
yep.
They're from the movie Bloodsport. It's not UFC.
Yeah. I've watched
Authenticated
it. I've watched
by
it. Bloodsport's sweet.
right.
Bloodsport's sweet.
So
That's fucking sick.
yeah.
That's from the
So
actual movie?
yeah. That they're actually movie shorts, brother.
Oh,
They're
fuck.
like from the movie. Yeah. So they're
Fuck yeah.
fully signed.
Signed,
I've got
yup.
the
God damn.
authentication.
Those are sick.
Yeah. They're not like signed by a dude that turned up with a pair of shorts. They're fucking movie shorts.
Mm-hmm.
They are $3,000, dude. And
Yeah.
you can't go and look. Look up Bloodsport site. I bought that 10 years ago.
How
Guess
many
what for?
exist, do you think? Like, how many
Don't
sets?
know.
How many
Okay.
unique
And
sets did
this
they
is
have
what
them
I
send
tell
in? Or
people. Okay,
backups?
I'm going to tell you the same thing. When they say, are they worn? Yes. He's in a movie. He has about 20 pairs of them. Right? He doesn't wear the dirty one pair of shorts for the
Yeah.
fucking whole movie.
He's probably
He
only ever spent, like,
they give him a fresh pair.
yeah.
They give him a fresh pair every day. This is one of the fresh pairs. He signed it. I've got the authentication on the back with the photo. They are from the movie.
Yeah.
Literally
What did, hey,
from the movie.
real talk though, did you ever, like, put your nose up to it and try to figure out what he was eating?
It was in a frame. Do you know what I did do though?
I'm fucking
It
with you.
didn't come in a frame. Actually, I'm gonna tell you this. Here we go. Fuck this. We'll go fucking personal. So, my first pair of authentic fucking nostalgia was these GSP shorts, right?
Stinky, man. He probably shit him wrestling.
But they
Fucking
didn't come in a frame. So guess what
fucking
I did
shit
with them?
himself on some
As soon as
fucking
I pulled them out, as soon as I pulled them out, brother, I looked
poutine.
at Sam, my missus, and I went, I gotta smell GSP's balls. And she looked at me and she went, no. I said, no, I have. And I put them to the thing. I went, I have GSP's balls on my face. So I did do that. I did do that
I
when
need
I
to
got
just
those
like,
pair of shorts, and that is now
hey,
on
dude,
YouTube.
dude,
Lethal
dude.
Melt
At the
GSP's
fucking two
fucking
hour
boxing
mark.
shorts.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but at the exact 2 hour mark, so I can go back and clip this. Hard to forget the 2 hour mark. I got you
All right.
saying that. And I
And
need
you
that
know
to be
what? We're
like a
doing really good.
subscription notification on Kick or Twitch or something. That's our new
But
follower alert. I got GSP's. I'm not gonna say it because, well, I guess I just did. But
I smelt GSP's balls in an unframed article. Those pair of shorts cost me 400 Australian, which is about now. I mean, the currency changed. So right now, about
200.
220 US. I
Yeah.
got them years ago. It was my first piece.
That's
And
actually
like I
seeing that they're
said, but
actual fighter worn. That's actually impressive because people nowadays for trunks spend low mid 100s, I think, up to for certain fighter autos, and
yeah,
they're not even like authentic fighter worn. What event did that come from? Or
I don't even fucking know, brother. I just bought them, put them in the stupid frame, smelt them, and then I asked, and then I said, "Oh, here we go. Here's one for a clip." Then I said to my wife, "Do you want to make love to GSP? I'll put them on."
oh my
And
fuck,
she said, "You're
lethal. We
not
gotta
putting
go.
on.
We gotta go.
You're not putting on
Where's my flashlight?
$400
Oh fuck.
pair of fucking
We gotta go.
signed GSP."
Man, knock that off. No.
All right. Hey, we got one fight left. One
Yep.
fight. My family's home. They've been sitting there waiting for me. It must be about two
Yeah,
o'clock in the
they're
morning.
all
So you've got to go to
outside
work.
the living room
One
listening
fucking
to you
fight
in your
left, cut.
office talking about sucking GSP's ass sack. Like, I'm trying to
Hey,
move this
dude,
on,
I
but
hate to smell his fucking nuts. I'm just telling you, it's GSP. I got a ski there. Like, you can
fucking
fucking hold
god.
that against me. I'm 52. I'm dying 20 years, like 30 years. I'm all good. I've gone past the whole criticism stage in my life. I'm an old man. I'm good.
I can't wait till I get to get away with shit like you. Just say whatever I want to say. I love it. In a sense, I kind of do, but I love the free will, man. In nature, it's cool as fuck to be
I've
around.
made a lot of enemies
Appreciate
through it,
you.
brother. I
Appreciate
do.
you.
I'm a
Appreciate your
lonely.
family, your
I will
time.
tell you this.
Huh.
Truthfully, I'm a lonely man because I speak my mouth too much. Like,
Yep.
I don't have a
Yep.
filter. So in personal life, my personal family, uh, I keep away from society because everyone's a wanker, and I just keep to fucking my cool cunts, and they still think I'm a wanker. So I don't know. I just, you know what? If you got something to say it.
Yep.
Like I told you, I'm 52 now. In about 20 years, I'll get probably some sort of cancer. In about 30, I'll probably get dementia and cancer. So you basically, by life, I'm going to enjoy this section right now. I'm going to enjoy me and you. I'm going to enjoy fucking where we are. And I'm going to live life till tomorrow because there is no fucking tomorrow. There's only fucking today. So one day, I will
Amen
look
to that.
back
Hold
and
on.
look at me.
Amen to that. I need to get you. Oh. Hey, yeah. Hey,
You got to get the
Amen to
war
that.
stick.
Let's
You're getting
fucking
the
go.
war stick out for my
My
speech,
boy's out
cunt.
here
Let me
spitting
finish.
fucking facts.
All right. So one
My
day,
boy's out
brother,
here
me and you are
spitting
gonna look
the
back,
fucking
and we
truths.
might get, 1 million people that like us, and I don't care about the views. I just want to pass a message on to everyone, man. The fucking Time is irrelevant. We create time, we make it our own, and we will fucking steal it all fucking day. We walk our path, and I'm going to live life to every moment. Every moment, whether I get one view of this cast or whether I get 1 million, I don't care. Love hanging out with my mate. I love talking the shit. I love going through our fucking cool stuff. So to all you fuckers who want 1 million views, fuck you. We'll get ours naturally, mate.
We'll get ours just fucking people clipping through the video to the very fucking end. You know, I don't know how to quite do it, but I'm sure I could do it. You know, I'm sure it's not hard. I'll just learn to timestamp, and then respectfully, people can at least read the sections of bullshit, fight, like clip, just each sections where we talk about the fights, and then for anyone who wants to skateboard and fucking ride this parlay train with us, like let's do it. Let's throw those fucking 6-7 legs together on distance. You know, like there's been a lot of decisions. Yes, I think in some cases they're missed opportunities. I did parlay Blades as an upset to have that fight go to the judges for either guy. So distance, yes. And I had it nearly cash out with another main event that didn't quite end with a finish in its own regard. So these decision trains, man, they I don't know. You get to certain weight classes and calibers of strikers, you just think naturally, yeah, it's surely going under. Much like with Jamal and Yuri, Roundtree too. He'll shell up in the first few, and then, yeah, 4 and 5. Roundtree's accumulated leg damage, chopping. He's head hunting. He's hunting to the body, ripping hard to the body, and going up high, knocking out Jamal.
I'm going to hold you up, partner. We've gone all the way back to last week when we should be at the end of this week. So I'm going to give you one more fucking whistle.
Listen. I have to come clean. I have to come clean.
All of you guys watching this, if you deserve a whistle, how did I get back to Curtis Blades when we're at Ilya Taporia and fucking Oliveira? How did we go?
Because you're not letting me tell you. Lethal, I'm trying to tell you right now. You caught me. This whole time, I've been rage baiting all of you watching this video this week.
Got you.
This is me fucking trolling you guys.
Can we do this?
Because now Lethal got a fucking taste of his own medicine, and I didn't.
We got one fight.
Huh?
I'm gonna lead, Toad. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna stop you.
I'm trolling with you, by the way, too. I'm fucking with everybody. It's because I'm tired. It's like 2 fucking a.m.
Liver King. He just went full Liver King on Instagram, right? And we're gonna not watch those.
I die for my family.
That's
the difference between everyone. Me and you, Rogan. I die for my kin. I'm gonna protect mine. As he's got like some fucking blue meth mouth. Fucking blue fucking meth mouth.
Let's not talk about. We're about to go to Liver King.
Bro, I was fucking trolling with you guys. I know. I'm so sorry. Lead the way, though. I want to hear your prediction on this.
Ilya Taporia. Everyone. Let's breathe for a sec. Wow. Toad, you took me on up. I got
you guys. And that is a great segue. That is a great segue for why I did this. Hold on a minute.
Charles Oliveira. Ilya Taporia.
I gotta stall you guys for 5 more minutes. Listen, I gotta stall you guys for 5 more minutes. So I've been thinking about the encrypted code, and the video is the code is serpent. The code is serpent. So, all right.
What code? What? As Ilya Taporia versus Charles Oliveira involve any code?
Yes. Right here. You have a chance of getting.
Okay.
You have a chance.
Code.
You have a chance.
The code.
In fact, I haven't opened one yet, and I would like to make the first with you. I would like to make the first with you.
I gotta grab a beer. I can't leave because if I leave you for too long, you will fucking do something really weird. What are you gonna do, Tony?
I'm not doing shit, actually. And I decided against this. We're going to do these live.
Oh, look. My stepson come home and brought me a beer. Hey, say hello, Trinity.
Hey,
Hey,
bro.
what's going on, man?
Not much. Finished work.
Oh yeah, bro.
They're the
I'm
ones that let me be here so I could get off early. So he covered all my cars and all my shifts so I could fucking be here today doing the coolest shit in the world that I fucking love. Hanging out with you, Toad.
yeah, bro.
I really love
Hey,
it, man. I really love
you
it.
guys are
But
both
what?
you guys are both OG in your own regards for holding it down. So I appreciate you guys each helping make all this possible. Of course, everyone's time, making everybody wait
So
on me. But listen, this week especially, I've been the one intentionally going all over the fucking place because I think it's funny as shit sometimes that we have
I
the
love it.
longest fucking breakdown because we just can't
I,
do this
you know
shit. We're
what I love about it
ADHD,
is every
ABCD,
week since we
Z,
started this, Toad,
TP,
I've been the one talking.
D.
We've DM'd and you have sat back and said, shorten it up. This week, I actually came in and went to shorten it up. And you have been magnificent, man. I love fucking chatting the shit with you, man. That's cool
Hey,
as fuck.
absolutely, bro.
That's how we started. That's how we started all this.
Oh yeah.
Just shooting shit in the backyard, man.
Yeah, just talking
You
trading
know, that's
cards
why,
and
yeah. So
picks, bets.
I'm loving it.
Let's go,
I
bro. Let's do
love
it.
it, everything. Oh, what's that?
Ilya Taporia, true rookie.
I haven't got one Ilya Taporia card in my collection, would you believe?
It's his
They're
first
very
rookie card, I
expensive.
want to say. And
It's
this
a
is
beautiful card.
out of 99.
Mm.
Fresh foundation.
Every time you show me stuff, you got to pack more stuff in my special box. So far, you got to pack in a John Jones Tiger. You
Uh-huh.
got to pack in a fucking Dragon Ball Z shirt.
Uh-huh.
And now stop showing me shit, dude. Stop showing me your cool stuff. Because now I want an Ilya Tapuria card, 99 in that box too. So,
That's
like, I
my
don't know how this
that's
is
my
going.
only
It's not
autograph.
going.
That's my only autograph of Ilya.
Hey, I don't have any cards. Hey, bro, I'm going to say this to you. I've got like 10% power. So we need to get
Okay.
through this last
I
fucking
don't know why you're
thing.
holding us up, dude. I've been telling you the
All
last like
right.
30 minutes to break
Okay.
down the main
All
card.
right.
So
Here
I
we
mean
go.
like I'm fucking
Here
with
we
you,
go.
bro.
Ready?
All
Here we
right.
go.
I'm having fun
Here
with
we
this.
go.
I'm sorry.
Ilya Tapuria is going to come in and carve the shit out of Oliveira. And watch this. I have a Dubronx shirt on. You've got your Dubronx jersey on. But this is my pick. Unfortunately, I can wear all the clothes in the world. I can have all the PC in the world. Tapuria is finishing Dubronx very fast, very quickly by round three. We're going to see the new generation of MMA, which is actually real. This is the real deal. Aspinalls, Tuporias, JDMs. There is a new generation. We all get old.
Yeah.
I get old. You get old. We all like to think that we can still do the same shit, but we can't. Young people can.
Yeah.
That's that plain and simple. This is not about who's the best in what skill to me. They are both brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And I just want to
This is
quickly go
about,
back super
to
quick and
me,
say
this
that
fight is about age and youth. And I believe this is all about that. And unfortunately, with that being said, my procast on this is not about favoritisms, TCs. I love this. He's the best. This is about two of the greatest skill fighters in the world. Exciting, dominant, push forward. I'm picking Topuria to win.
thank you. And I'm so sorry. I just wanted to go back and further drag this out by saying that I have to recognize Pantoja, although granted very well-rounded and dominant. He is getting older, and so combined with the surprising power of someone like Kai, we could see the upset. The one that cracks Pantoja per se. It's live. So this fight, similar in a sense, except it wouldn't be a surprise. Oliveira typically starts the fight once he's cracked. It's not like he's actually in the fight until he gets fucking dropped. Unless your name's Islam Makhachev, that's actually when your opponents fuck up and you become the spider in the web and you drown people in the fucking deep and you have your way. And if you do get up to the feet, they're hurt, they're fatigued. Something's going on where your shots just get through and have absolute zap and knock people on their ass or cut them open. So, Do Bronx, very live if he uses his kicks. Do Bronx cannot go in and try to literally just box. He needs to use very much kickboxing, Muay Thai. Stay the fuck away. Do not let Ilya stay in close in range. And if Ilya is trying to go to the body, level change. Do Bronx can't sit there and be toe-to-toe with Ilya. Ilya's shots to the body, the size disadvantage, will play into a big, powerful weapon against Do Bronx. And I don't care how tough he is to the face. In this case, not much. But Do Bronx will be hurt in another way, too. And much how Gaethje was the boogeyman of the lightweight division, Ilya, because of his pad work and the thud, the power, and just what we've seen at featherweight, I think he's also, despite small in size, just one of those boogeymans. Again, I used the example earlier in featherweight. Josh Emmett, he's got tremendous power, but here's Ilya, where the guy's super well-rounded. He's part of this youth, this amazing, I'm sure, 25 round capabilities, but we're just not seeing it. He's putting these guys away, and he's doing it very convincingly. But Do Bronx is the most ultimate test. Do Bronx, the most finishes in UFC history, and these aren't the most beautiful overall fights. He gets upset all the time. He's been a dog quite long before he became a reigning tyrant at lightweight. Being one of the most impressive champions of all time as far as lightweight, and certainly one of the most greatest fighters of all time because the way he gets after it. And for as long as he's been doing it as well. So his career, to me, has aged beautifully because it only was, some of these top two guys. Give Arman his flowers as well. Arman, I was at UFC 300. I was really rooting for Charles. I was really sad about that fight because I really wanted him to get that immediate rematch with Islam again and actually see how that fight could unfold in a second go, just in respect to how dominant both of those guys were. Make it solidified. Both kind of in the same parts of their careers, youth, so forth. Charles, though, again, the accumulated damage, the accumulated car crashes, getting older. He's had a couple of tough goes, and then the Dariush was a bit of an alley-oop, in my opinion. Do Bronx is here. He is getting that title fight, and I didn't quite think he would. I thought that maybe him and Gaethje would run it against each other, or possibly Paddy Pimblett, because really thought we were going to see Ilya and Islam. But Islam went after him. JDM, get some vengeance for his teammate. Lethal just dropped from me. I see. He did warn me his battery was low. We've officially done it, guys. We've jib-jabbed our way without our buddy because his phone died. So I just want to congratulate myself on this one. This was a big failure. But croaking and choking and smoking with you boys, it was a good time. I hope you enjoyed the UFC 317 breakdown, Ilya Topuria and Oliveira. I'm going to go off on my final prediction of how this fight goes down. Give Lethal a chance to put a charger into his phone and come back and have his sound off, and appreciate everybody again for their time. Send lethaltoadmma your official fight picks prior to the card. Must have all fights in or picks in prior to the card starting. And enter yourself for Lethal's amazing trading card giveaway, in which I will compliment with a couple prizes on my end as well. So, all right, guys, without further ado, going to get into this shit after 2 hours and damn near 20 minutes. You see the man back there, the man, the myth, the legend, Charles Dubronx Oliveira. Fucking toad croak. Thought we had it, boys. Thought we had it. But, no, he's killer be killed. And those are my favorite kind of fighters. That's why Charles is one of my favorite fighters. Big part of my influence of the MMA. One of those guys that I kept my eye on, was very impressed with the improvements I'd seen. Dubronx started off for me as, okay, it's this guy. I paid attention a little bit more because I'm like, yeah, I kind of like this guy. He keeps getting these impressive submissions. He's just going after it. Okay, now we're hitting some knockouts. I just liked how game he was to just try to get the job done. You know, he understood the assignment and he's well-rounded to complete it. But you know, he's had a bittersweet career, and Ilya is just so fucking dominant, and he's literally what I kind of think of as the modern era face of MMA. The way that Conor McGregor was, Ilya is, but obviously more in like a martial artist standpoint, the more complete, like, okay, yeah, the aura is actually because of insert really good role model, amazing, dangerous, versus Conor McGregor, scrappy, wild, ego fucking tistic, greedy. Anyways, Snow, you know, wherever he is. So I just wish that hope he's well, dude. But shit, yeah. Anyways, Ilya, obviously a huge supporter and believer, kind of like Sugar. You know, a lot of these guys are open. Like, oh yeah, it was Conor McGregor. You know, they made me think I could do this, become a superstar, become a famous, you know, fighter, knocking out everybody, submitting everybody. So, anyways, yeah, sad Lethal ain't coming back. It don't look like. So, anyways, Oliveira. I'm gonna try to finish this. I'm so sorry. Oliveira, I think if he can sit at range, poke the kicks, I think he'll have a good range advantage. And then from there, he needs to try to circle off, try to stay away. Don't let Ilya use his footwork that he's so fucking good at and cut corners as well as he does and just get you in awkward positions. See, I get see the kick being the thing that obviously gets Oliveira knocked out in the first or second round is trying to throw a kick but keep his chin down. Oliveira puts his chin up sometimes, and I could see a scramble where he's getting his chin up in the air there, trying to like step away, and Ilya kind of explosive, almost like a leaping power jab or hook of a sort to kind of cut Oliveira from circling off after setting up a shot, maybe like a powerful left setup. But no, Oliveira, credit where credit's due. I'm never going to discount this guy. He's got a zap. Justin Gaethje best accounted the zap as it felt like it was being like he looked at car battery. I mean, that absolute just snap that Oliveira possesses in his muscle fibers. He literally can just put a lot of these 155ers out or on their ass by surprise, is what mostly happens at this weight class. But the power from Ilya, I reckon, matches it or surpasses it. And that is what we truly don't know. The pad work sounds really good, but given Ilya is a smaller guy, I hope it is faster. I hope it is a bit crisper. You can't get as wonky with it in a fucking gunfight. And you'll have to set up these shots and throw yourself into them. And some of these brawls, Charles, he just kind of scrappy with how, yeah, he puts himself out there where he's getting dropped. He's also catching these guys out by surprise by being so vulnerable in his little flurries with the hands. I think we've seen a more mature understanding Dubronx that isn't trying to invite that car crash as much anymore. I've always been like a killer be kill. I just put a fight doesn't go to the judges bet anytime Dubronx was fighting. And while obviously with Chandler and Arman, well, two of these guys, really good wrestling base. They can kind of survive in ways that these Gaethjes and Dustins and these guys that enjoy the boxing pedigree and just being on the feet. Good takedown defense, sure, as things have aged overall, sure, but you know what I mean? Not at a DuBronx level. Ilya, despite being more technical and being so, well balanced, we don't really see his jiu-jitsu because he doesn't invite it. It drains him, it tires him, he says. Why wouldn't that be the focus point for DuBronx? So I know Ilya is saying fight ends by knockout. To protect yourself, maybe compare the prop fight ends by knockout unless you're going something round specific. Fight end by knockout might near pay you the same, and it would respect anything that DuBronx could do, not just on the feet but on the ground. Because if Ilya really does get drained out, the thing I love about DuBronx too is we don't typically see him go 25 minutes. No, not as like the number one finisher in UFC history, but respectfully, he can get there. And if he can do it with a cardio beast like Michael Chandler, yeah, that's 5 rounds. That's 25 minutes with an absolute fucking, meatball monster. It just dropped from 170. Didn't even think he'd make the weight again. Yeah, here we are. Ilya not the same as these other two guys, Arman and Charles, but doesn't want to grapple, doesn't want to use that jiu-jitsu. Why would he? Everyone knows the assignment on Charles. Hit it home. But if Charles is to be on the feet, I'm just going to believe that it's it's low kicks and just circling off and just staying away, letting some of that damage accumulate, slow down Ilya, cut off some of that footwork, get him tired, get into the clinch, and break away quickly. Elbow, knee, have one of those hands ready. You know something's coming. Probably digging deep to the body, ripping. Whoosh. Charles could get folded with a big body shot. I think that you'll see Ilya mix up his headhunting at 155 pounds because these guys do get big. Personally, I think if you put Joel Alvarez against Ilya right now, Joel Alvarez would knock out Ilya on the feet, because that is someone who is more technical, is well-rounded. Let's jiu-jitsu, let's compare, because Ilya's probably better, but Alvarez would probably put up a fight. But the size disadvantage, that could play a big part. So any of these snipers at 155 that are coming up, there's a couple of them, I think they're live. And Charles is not one of these stocky fucking meat and potato 155ers. I mean, he's got a good base, good figure, like good height, good size, good length, and he possesses the snap. And if you're gonna go back and watch the fight with the country beast, you can't tell me that kick didn't just nearly fucking put out Ilya. Herbert damn near did it. He absolutely dropped Ilya. Ilya had great recovery, grappled. Herbert doesn't know how to do it. But if DuBronx hits one of them fucking knees or kicks or elbows and drops Ilya on his ass, I favor the killer prowess of DuBronx to pull the upset and get the actual finish. The fuck is that? A giant fucking bug flying around. All right, so anyways, that's sweet. So yeah, the upset is that DuBronx could pull the upset regardless of how he gets the finish. So DuBronx by finish is a great underdog upset. But at the same time, he's been showing in some of these tougher fights that he can sometimes have to go. The fuck kind of bug is that? That thing is scouting my fucking room. Every part of the wall crevice. Flying. Okay, so anyways, Ilya live in this fight for the second round knockout. He could go to 3 like he did with Max, but you could say that maybe Ilya paces himself. Well, at 155 pounds, will he have to pace himself at all? I think that's part of what he wanted to do, is pick up his tempo and not start so passive and then pick up and become that killer in the 3rd, 4th round. I think he could pepper really hard in 1 and be live in 2 for the finish. So, Ilya, a weapon to be discovered, a bullet loaded in the chamber, ready to be fired. Let's see what it's all about. But you can't tell me from a betting standpoint that you can't fade yourself with a good, solid plus money do Bronx slip. I mean, just his money line's like in the plus 300s. Like, there's got to be a round submission or several round submission or knockout. Personally, I don't think Dubronx is dumb enough to want to challenge Ilya on the feet, given what he lacks in a gunfight. The chin. Ilya hurts. We've seen this. Max and Volk is all the proof you need. I don't give a fuck if it was 10 pounds lower. We've seen these chins tested at 155 pounds against guys that damn near fucking, if they didn't beat you, almost did too at times, right? Gaethje and Islam. So, with Max and all that things included, considered here in Volk, Ilya possesses incredible power already. It's leveled up more, and I don't think he even needs 80% of it to drop Dubronx. So we could expect just a flat out hard drop corpse Dubronx. And at that point, this is not a discredit to him. I'm not disappointed in him. None of that. I'm very much appreciating and hoping that he's, appreciating his career and hoping that he's okay. Wishing his family and him, his newborns, his beautiful family the best. Like, I want this man in and out of the cages as I do any fighter, but at this stage in his career, to come back, it comes at the cost and the consequence that it might just be too much. And I think that might have been even more true with Islam. Islam 2. Because I think Islam's improved a bit since that match as well. And his Muay Thai. I think Islam was live for a knockout finish on Charles and would have had both a submission and a knockout on Charles. Probably doctor stoppage to the brow, something like that after a big kick. Just like Volk, but doctor stoppage between rounds. Anyways, Ilya, I'm going to imagine 70 to 80% of people have Ilya. Let me take an official look here. 81%. Oliveira, 19%. And after all the dicking around, 2 hours and 30 minutes of this shit, I finally gave you different perspectives. But what is my actual pick? What does it look like? El Matador. Let's go. Let's go. I love Dubronx. This is called emotional betting and gambling. I like Dubronx a lot, and I like Dubronx as an underdog, and I always have. And I always bet money, regardless of what side of the fight I'm on. I always bet Dubronx, and I always bet by finish. Didn't age so well. One of his losses, one of his wins, but historically, it all paid me well enough to get to this point, and be surplus enough just with this one fighter that I'm quite okay. Because during his car crash with contenders like Gaethje and Dustin, without a doubt, knockout or submission, of course. Bet the apartment, bet the house. Do it. But here we are. It's a very tough one for me in the sense that you got a guy coming up in weight, despite he's got one of the most beautiful back-to-back performances in MMA history. One of the most impressive finishes in MMA history. Both Volkanovski and Max, the way he's done it. Yeah. This guy is your future Michael Jordan of MMA. And I feel bad for Tom Aspinall because he is kind of like Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain playing center with a bunch of fucking just smaller loaves that just let them fucking skyscraper shots on them all day. And down here, we got like Larry Bird versus Jordan, so yeah, I gotta fuck with Ilya. I gotta take him in the first 3 as my parlay piece officially. I have it that the fight doesn't go into the 5th round. Play it safe, respect both killers' capabilities, pay out regardless. Fight doesn't go into the 5th round. Paid about 300 prop better than fight distance. No, just by not taking the last round. So fight not to go into the 5th round. That's my hammer. Final leg of the parlay. If you took the other 3 I gave you, your 4 leg, $50 pays out $480. So, very excited for that hammer. Very excited for some of these underdog opportunities. I mean, surprisingly, not just, I guess you could say the Tapology percents aren't aligning with all of the bookies underdogs. So I think it's a great weekend to cash out. Enjoy your week off next week. Enjoy your 4th of July best you can. Hard to be super patriot about a country that's going through all the shit that we're going through. It's fucking embarrassing. People need to fucking wake up. We got bigger issues to deal with than the shit we're creating on the planet, but rather the planet itself and everything that we know, and what's going on, and what's soon to happen. So, Easter 2026. If you know, you know. Much love, y'all. Can't wait to tap into more of that shit. If you guys really want to see this segment of me at Serpent Mounds, that'd be funny as shit. Would love to do it. But anyways, yeah, talk MMA and telescope around for some aliens. All right, y'all. Much love. Sad that Lethal dropped. He did forewarn me. I felt like we had a lot of fun time chit-chatting, cards, life, jokes, going fucking maniacs. That was mostly me tonight. Just to give some context, I've been working like a little bit of overtime and mode for about 3 hours today and was busy on my lunch. So basically got my AC shit figured out. Thank God I'm in my office, but still sweating my ass off because I wanted to wear a Dubronx sweater for y'all. That arrived as a sweater. This is actually supposed to be a t-shirt, and I'm like, actually kind of fuck with that. So here we are, but had it for a minute now from Black Friday, I think. Anyways, much love, y'all. Thanks for jib jab chit chatting. Final time code this week is Serpent. That is part 1 of the 2-part code for now. I may make it a 3rd. I don't know quite yet. Me and Lethal might hopefully do a weigh-in, little quick segment. Here's our official picks after weigh-in. I got a lot going on Friday. I'll be in Chicago. Be at the PFL semifinals, representing Aaron Jeffrey, rooting for that man. Hope he gets his W and gets to go see those finals. Winner or lose, had a great career. Enjoyed watching his fights. He's got great pressure. And let's see if he can pull another upset. His opponent, Dakota, is just... PFL puts a lot of stock and marketing into this guy. His trailer kind of cracked me up, and it only made me want, Aaron to just pull the upset that much more. But we'll see how the fight goes down. I personally, my prediction on that fight would be that, Dakota's going to go for a big knockout, exhaust and fatigue himself. If Jeffrey's able to get a hold of him, hold him to the ground, grind him out. Smart about his positioning versus, damage, which he's generally very good about. He kind of just puts a whole lot of weight. You got to have a really good sprawl, be up against the cage. Got to be able to peel the hands apart. His grip's really good. He just seems like he can grind out a decision. He's got a couple great finishes. That was like one of the first times I remember watching Bellator fight of his. I was just like super impressed with. I remember watching it one live. I was just like, damn, that's a nice finish. But had a nice like knee to the body, and it was just like a nice tool to see with somebody who's very pressure based. So anyway, he's gonna go support him. Enjoy the rest of the semifinals. Hopefully some good food. Obviously being in Chicago, don't go to that place a whole lot. And then maybe consider if I want to try to get tickets for this upcoming USC event. It would be really cool to go to. So, got a lot going on. Doubt it's going to happen. Maybe not this year, but maybe in a future year or two. We'll figure out that big, like, Gaethje retirement fight night. Maybe the Aspinall Poetan fight would be cool. If Ilya wins this and actually ever fights Islam, that'd be a fight that kind of would have to be kind of like big, like UFC 300 level super fight, like whole fuck, and just stack the piss out of that whole fucking card. Call it UFC. I guess the timelines of this might be like UFC 340, 350 maybe. I don't know if Islam be fighting by then still. Tough to say. It's a bit of time. We'll see. We'll see. Thanks for hanging out so much. This has gone on for a minute. A couple of you messaged me today asking if I'd be uploading. Lethal had some things going on yesterday. Life's been really hectic and crazy on my end, so I was very happy to say yes. Push it back till tomorrow. But then the realization came, I worked the extra hour today, about 3 hours of yard work. Nearly skipped out on a meal. Kind of just shoved it down and hopped on camera. So feeling extra zapped, extra loofy and crazy. That's part of it. It's not even just the fucking fatigue, the wear and tear. As you guys know, I sleep like fucking shit. So, yeah. Maybe I bring up the Century Bob up to the living room and clear out some more space up there, and we'll just hit the fucking... We'll hit the Bob during the fight companion. We'll put up some betting slips with, like, different names on it, like flying knee 3-leg parlay. If I hit this fucking 3-leg parlay, I'm gonna do a MMA toad flying knee. All right, we just hit this plus 6,500 4-legger. All right, that's a question mark kick that I'm gonna fucking horrendously fail. Bust my ass. Throw my knee out of socket. Anyways. Lethal's been gone and I've just been rambling. I had a lot of fun. I understand all things must come to an end. It's later than 2 a.m. here, and I got work in like 5. So it's gonna be my last day to rest before heading out for Chicago's. We love y'all. We'll see y'all. Much love. Thanks for watching the Lethal Toad MMA UFC 317. Most wildest, stupidest, craziest, funniest, whatever you guys took of that breakdown. In respect to Lethal Hands, his time, his family, and everyone allowing him to make it possible. For me, I am sadly and unfortunately right now my own boss with that. So I just got to get enough rest for work and try to keep busy, boys and girls. Try to get busy. Try to stay busy. This is the space to do it. Been looking forward to this breakdown. Got a lot to do with cards, as y'all can see, as we do each and every week, but especially this one. I'll catch y'all very soon. We'll plan on doing a follow-up, maybe from Chicago. I don't have plans on staying. I may not. I'm not too long of a drive. I think like 2.5, 3. But depends what goes on. If I go out and have a couple nice brews or something like that, catch up or run into anybody, then well, we just might. But I plan on wanting to get back and have an early 317 tailgate cookout. Might do some fishing, might go disc golfing, might go just do something and bring you guys with me. Kind of kick up the live stream idea prior to the card. Talk bets, talk UFC still. It's kind of like my pre-show, but instead of a bunch of vet 40-year-old men, it's a toad in his 30s. And so yeah, so no Bisping DC hour, but go disc golfing with the toad. float a few with me, chill out. I like it when people hop in. Seems pretty popular enough on IG, but people will hop in and we'll do our live chit chats together. So if you know, you know. Much love to y'all. Thanks for tuning in also. And congratulations in advance to anybody who had the patience to deal with our codes. This one went on for so long that for an extra spin point, I won't make it like a separate entry, but for an extra spin point, the so it's Serpent for step 1. Let's do step 2 Mound. So step 1 Serpent, part 2's Mound, and I'll have a part 3 for y'all, or maybe a part 4. Like I said, it's a snowball thing, but I'm going to give you guys some more chances, and we may consider making that a different reward. Like I said, I do have some posters. Maybe I'll open the floor up to the winner's option. I might do that too. So just trying to do something different. All the loving and caringness of Lethals definitely made me want to find the same opportunities and to trying to kick up something and give and reward back those who are maybe help giving us some of that view time. And at this point, just as a unique view alone, you guys make a big difference. I don't seem to have problems making content on IG and having actual fighters look at it or sometimes like or comment. But on YouTube, I guess maybe I'm not using tags correctly, even though I use tags, but it seems very much you network or you pay for it, you go premium, or you pay for ads, make shorts, and that's that networking piece. But that's what you do. And I could be doing all that right now and being like very with this kind of content, but I had a good time with my friend, I had a good time with my mate, and I had a good time with you guys. So again, regardless of what part of the world you're in, stay safe. Try to think very dire in advance. Prepare. Take care of everyone you love and know, and have a plan. Things could get really crazy, and I don't care what part of the world you're in. We are going through some dire times. So anyways, much love to y'all. We'll catch y'all soon. Thanks for being part of this with us. From Lethal Hands Collectibles, from MMA Toad, this is Lethal Toad MMA signing out. Much love. Enjoy UFC 317. And as always, I look forward to doing a live fight companion this weekend if I'm watching it at my brother's. Can't have the audio from the TV, which works great when I'm at my PC, right? You guys can't hear the fights. I can. And we just, we have a good time and we react. But I won't be able to do that if it's on the TV and we're actually like watching it in like a living room more than likely. But yeah, there's a couple places viewing it in town too. I'll open the floor up to that. Not this card, but pretty soon I'll start figuring out which bookie I want to go visit in person. There's a few, and some of them have some pretty good first time promos, things that I actually haven't taken advantage of quite yet. I got options too, other things I could subscribe for, use promo codes. So gonna start looking into those. I would love to have it kind of flourish and maybe turn into a sponsor of a sort, because I am competing in a picks contest right now, as you guys know, and we've been first, tied for second, right now tied for third, but we're all like a pick or two apart. So all it takes is having a 10-12 weekend versus a 9-12 or an 8-12, and there you go. You just went from second to first, or you know what I mean. So would like to get back to the spot. This would be a great card to bounce back on. Tough to say though. A lot of dogs. Very live, both in betting perspectives, and then a couple of those, oh, well, you're a dog for the reason I'm going to show you. So soon to be found out. No pick for me has been official until I go back and really just check in after weigh-ins, see what each fighter's cut has really looked like, give it a final couple days here to digest. Been able to do some tape, mostly going off some of the fighter recollection as far as top of the card and things I put together from their fights from that, and having just pretty good memory because those fights had meant so much to me, or I'd tuned in so much for that. Um, some of these other guys debuting, you know, I'm not afraid to gamble a little bit with that, but I'm also not going to be relying on that. So a lot of those staying out of my long shots, my parlays, those might be some fun live bets. All right, much love to everybody. Again, stay safe. 317 signing out. We'll recap hopefully sooner than later. That was a piece we talked about trying to do recaps on Sunday. I suggested it earlier on. Didn't think it was going to happen. Well, Sunday, not so bad. For me, it was before I had more obligations on Sundays. Now, I don't have as much as that. So for me, I'll have a later Saturday. Would love to do the recaps with Lethal. They're fun to do. Very fresh in the moment. We can all be salty together about bets not hitting, or more times than not being super fucking happy with a couple of your locks just crushing, cashing, and making overall a couple units on the night. So, all right, that's going to be it for me. Again, much love. We'll see you. Peace. Enjoy 317. Signing out at officially almost 3 fucking hours. So I just did like the last 50 minutes by myself almost, I think. All right, so yeah. MMA Toad, Lethal Toad, MMA Lethal Toad, Toads, UFC MMA. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.